everybody. It is Tuesday. It's from the barracks, and that was weird. I swapped in. All of a sudden, it started playing the other timer. Nothing like a players wanted live stream for something to go wrong. So, hello, everybody.
There
I'm
are
from Players Wanted. With me is the man with the mohawk, the king of the high kappas, Virchew from Crucible. How the hell is everybody doing tonight? What's up, Stillwell? How you doing? Tonight is going to be a little bit different. We're going to talk some airsoft. See if any of you fools want to come on for a little bit to talk some airsoft and all that fun stuff that's there. Um, so uh, you're hurting?
hurting. What did you do?
That's always the question of the day when somebody does something. It's like, I'm hurting. Why?
Like, did something tragic happen? Did you slip on a candle?
Ow, that'll do it. 1600 model motorcycle ride. I mean,
Jesus.
good on you, brother. I mean, really good on you. But yeah, I'm
I'm going
still.
to ask you. Sorry, I was going to ask you the same question I asked the chick that rode her horse through the drive-through. Why?
All right, look, you just don't understand the horse towns, okay? That's 100% a normal thing. To do is just go
Randomly
to the
ride your
drive-through.
horse? Wow.
It's not random because it's a conscious decision. Decide to go and ride your horse through a drive-through. It happens here in the town of Davie. McDonald's actually has a
When I
hitching
was down
post.
there, when I was down there visiting you, I saw somebody had their horse tied up outside the McDonald's, and I was just kind of like,
Yep. With the Black Tiger Airsoft on Sunday, that was fun. BTA is a really good field. I like it. I should get out there and do more. I mean, I don't know what it's been since the beginning of this year. I've been in a funk of going through, going to other fields or locations besides what's here locally. It could just be because of all the stuff that's been going on. I don't know, but it's like I haven't even been to Greg's Field since it's moved. I haven't even been to a shop since it opened, like officially opened. Well, I think maybe it was there once since it opened. So Wasteland might be this Sunday. You talking about Wasteland Ops or Wayne's World?
got the adapter for the micro gun of a trace. Let me know how those work. I'm really interested in how those actually work. Um, how well they. I have a so somebody came out with something similar a while back, and the problem was the counter spin of the barrel actually started to cause the threads to pull slowly out over time, and it would end up stripping the threading out of the actual adapter bit. So I really
Damn.
want to know how well those work.
Okay, so, are you Wasteland Outdoor Field? I didn't think they're open on Sundays, but makes sense that they are. I've been there. Definitely, let me know what your feelings are on that field. Because I've been to that field a few times. I have my own thoughts on it, and I've made a rule unless like a field's really done something, I won't really talk negatively about a field. It's not one of my favorite fields to go to, but I like to hear what your input or thoughts are of Wasteland.
Is that located down your way?
Yeah, it's located actually only a few miles away from Wayne's World Paintball. So
Oh,
it's called Wasteland Ops. It's in Ocala. So it used to be an old Jeep track. Yeah.
I mean, that's got to make for some interesting terrain as well as some very deep, muddy pits.
Uh, yes. No. I mean, Michael, definitely. I mean, they don't have the structures that BTA does. I mean, BTA has put a lot of money into their structures, without a doubt, hands down. They definitely put a lot of time, energy, and money into putting on the stuff for BTA. Whereas for for Wasteland, I think they might be limited on what they can do per the place where they lease it from because it's behind a flea market. So if you go there, it is definitely on the flea market grounds. You just go behind the flea market, and there's where
Yeah.
the field is.
I mean, there's a lot of things that come into play with things like how long have they been there? Like around? Like is this year
Years,
year? They've been there for years.
plural. Yeah, years, plural.
All right.
I'm actually trying to pull up one of the events I was at, and I'll queue up some video. Uh, it's got to be from last year. Give me a second.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but they sent you a video. So for you guys aware, if you're not on like the Players Wanted or
That's
info,
Robert Stillwell.
okay, I don't know where you're
I,
typing from, but all it says is
he's
Facebook
on
user.
he's on Big House Milsom community page. I changed the name by the way to Big House Milsom community.
Yeah, I appreciate that because yeah.
Shut up. I was in a hurry.
BTA got pinned down and surrounded by 13 guys. Ended up taking out 7 of them before the match ended. Nice. You get that on camera? Because I really want people to start sending us like footage of their epic moments,
Yeah.
so we can put together like a highlight reel.
Is that coming over the? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Come on, damn it! Stop it. There we go. I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see if I can have some good footage here.
Yeah.
So I'm playing some on the side.
Am I watching my stream? No, I'm never paying attention to my Twitch stream unless it's a DJ night. Sorry, hold up. Yeah, so guys, if you're watching on my Twitch stream or my DJ Twitch stream or my gaming Twitch stream, get your butts over to Players Wanted on YouTube or get over to
Players One on YouTube's fun.
Yeah. Players One on YouTube.
Or Players One at Twitch. I mean, our Twitch channel has next to no views.
Yeah, or over to that Twitch. I appreciate all the support, especially the guys that are on my DJ channel, even though I clearly posted this wasn't a DJ stream.
Don't you just love that when people go through and do it?
Dude, I love the support no matter how. Actually, if you are here, I'll be doing a Goth Stumpy dance night coming up soon, so stick around. Pay attention to that channel. What shirt? Joker shirt or my shirt?
Awesome.
Poker night with the guys.
Well, so all right. So this is actually for you content creators. I got a nice little hack for you. All right. So if you have a GoPro, you should have the GoPro service. It's $50 for the year, and you can return up to 2 GoPros per year to be fixed, to be replaced or fixed. So if you don't have that program if you don't spend the $50 a year for the GoPro service, besides the fact it gives you all the lovely all that lovely storage space, the cloud space, you should do it for the fact that if your GoPro dies, you call them up, because I returned 2 Hero 7 Blacks and I'm getting 2 Hero 9 Blacks instead. So essentially, I just got 2 brand new Hero 9s for $50, so $25 each. So it's the GoPro service plan.
So next year we're gonna break 2 more of your cameras. Just making note.
Yeah. Both shirts. Thanks, Starseed. Yes, and I hope the 9s fix the problem that the 7 Blacks had, which is if you put a battery pack on the Hero 7 Blacks, it doesn't charge the battery while it's on. Right? You can either use it with the battery pack on, or you can, if you have a battery inside, and you turn it on, it's going to run off the battery on the GoPro, and the battery is going to die. So it's either charging, or you're using it for battery from the pack So in that case, if you're using it just from the battery pack, you have to take it out. But then you got to push all sorts of buttons to make sure your damn GoPro could turn on and run properly. So I hope they fix it to where it could be on and charging at the same time, because I don't know why they took that away, because it went away from Hero 7 Silver to Hero 7 Black, but it did, and it sucks. So
tell us how you really feel about it, man. Like, you're like passionate about to get
it sucks. I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to curse. I'm going to be a good boy.
So yeah, anyway, guys, yeah, if you got some footage of an epic play or an amazing flank and sweep, as we have seen so far, I mean, that guy, I can't remember who sent in that video, but there's a high bar now.
Yeah, here's the high bar right here. It's Tonka.
We're gonna run up. Yep. Okay. Then I'll get those two.
I got it. Get your gun out. We're gonna ram the whole point.
I have a pistol and a sniper rifle.
Let's go.
You go ahead and do that.
3, 2, 1, go. Roll! Go. Everyone, go.
Good shit.
You're a monster.
That has become the gold standard, folks. I'm just saying. That was beautiful. Yeah, we did an in-depth, like, frame by frame of this video already. That guy's gun wasn't even up when he got hit.
Yeah, that was like, he got shot. 2 shots went off before the guy even lifted his gun. He never even pulled the trigger to fire. That's a trade. It ain't a trade.
And his buddy's the one that called the trade. Like,
yeah, because the other guy knew it wasn't a trade. He goes, "You don't know what you can hear him in the background. You don't know what a trade is?" Yeah. Yeah, you sent me some. You sent me some today, Mike. Let's see here. What the hell? All right, so I got some stuff from Wasteland Ops. Let's see here.
Watch this angle right here. Put your arm out, buddy. Put your arm out. Put your arm out.
Why are you?
Back in.
You're dead. You're dead too, bro.
Oh, that's a Black Legion guy.
Thank you.
My bad.
You're dead. I sliced you. I sliced you right in the leg.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Black Legion guy.
I love how you were about to question, like, what do you, and then he's just like, you're like, all right, whatever.
I realized what he's going to do, and I just like kept my mouth shut. Yeah, Dead Man Don't Talk is definitely a rule everybody should follow. Let's see here. Some more from. All right, so this is another one that popped up. I think this is another one from Black.
The big guy?
Yeah, Birdo. You're going a little high.
Yeah, actually, I can see his butt. There you go. Right in the thigh.
I have nothing. I have nothing but a screwdriver. I did not shoot you. I have a screwdriver in my hand.
You were kidding about that sucker shooting high.
I can 100% confirm it was not me.
Is that Wiener?
That was Wiener. Wiener took the gun from me. This is at Mini Milsim 6 or Mini Milsim 3, and totally shot Berto in the leg with my gun.
They fear the Wiener.
They definitely fear the Wiener. Let's see what Stillwell sent me. Oh, this is the one where yeah, he sent this before. I don't know how well this is going to turn up on screen there. So we'll try it and see how the screen share works tonight. See if it's good or not. This is the adapter for the minigun.
No more. Yeah, shoot it. Totally shoot it. We all need one of these. Oh my god. Yeah. Just carnage! Carnage, motherfucker! Disgusting.
Looks cool.
I need to.
Looks cool, but
I really want to. So my problem is I want a minigun, but I want it white instead of the matte black they all come in, and I'm too lazy to paint one. Too lazy to disassemble it and paint it.
all right, let's see here. I'm getting more videos of for Mike here of the location. So the big problem is I don't think I have too many video clips of Black Dragon Siege that are easily seen where you can see like all the field. But they do have like two cities. Then they didn't have this big depression in the bottom, which is where I guess the tracks used to, like the where the track is, and there's a ridge line that goes around. So yeah, here's another video from Wasteland Ops.
Tree. That same tree again. They're on either side of it.
Stevie, how good of an arm do you have?
Pretty good.
The guy in that tree where the dead guy is. That big oak tree. Go into that swamp house. Pull out one of the grenades. Yellow? Yeah. Gotcha. Hey, come close. Good. Right side of the tree. Good shot. Down, Stevie.
Come on, man. Sorry, didn't see your dead rag. I'm talking to him. Tap your buddy right there. I got him in his boot. The boonie hat. The grenade went off right in front of him.
Hey, boonie hat. Your toes. Yeah,
That grenade went off right over there.
yeah. That's within 15 feet.
So a couple of things with that video, right? Besides the 15-foot, the guy is literally hiding behind his partner, right? And I am shooting him. I am shooting the guy that is hiding behind him. And then the guy gets over, he gets pissed off because I shot him in the ass like twice. Your buddy literally pulled you to use you for cover, and you're going to complain about it.
Jesus. So yeah, anyway, guys, footage of you playing those epic moments that you had while playing, send them to us. Also, this is a Q&A episode, so let's see some of these questions. Let's do the Q&A-ing, so to speak.
Yeah, what questions do you guys have? Exactly, Matthias. He did that. He did that all the time. All right, I got. Sorry.
Yeah,
toss that over there.
I've had that happen to me before. And then the guy that they're using as a shield complains to you because you're shooting them. They should complain to their friend that's hiding behind them.
I love it when they get mad about it too. I mean, to be honest with you, it's really awesome when people get pissed off because their buddy's using him as a shield. I was like, I will continue to shoot until I see your hand up. Let's see.
I'm just fair warning. If you're playing against me, I shoot shields in the nuts. So if your friend wants to use his shield, blame them.
Mm-hmm. What's up, Chris? Long time, brother.
Yeah, wow.
All right, so this one is coming from Mike. This was, I guess, his gameplay yesterday.
Did you just juke them around a car hood or the trunk?
That wasn't me. That was Mike.
That's what I'm saying. That was like a total juke around the trunk of the car.
Wait, is this the one I displayed? I think it is. Yeah, it is. He's having way too much fun with that. Just saying. Of course, I do the same thing, so.
That's what I tell people all the time. If you're going to peek with your gun up, because if that kid would have had his gun up on the corner, Mike would have gotten one in the face.
Yeah. It's remember how I said before that I wonder if I can find the video real quick. That whenever I start doing something at MA, usually within a week or two, people start following suit.
Mm-hmm.
You know my little seat that I made? That rubber flooring seat? Yeah. I just saw on FOV's page where he comes around a corner and somebody's now sitting in my spot shooting people.
I mean, you didn't invent Chairsoft. You just brought it to the forefront. You're the hipster. You're the hipster of Chairsoft. Actually, I have a Chairsoft patch somewhere. I need to find it.
A Chairsoft?
Yeah. Somebody got me a Chairsoft patch from, I want to say it was High Grounds, where I was shooting from the couch with a bag of popcorn.
Keep talking. I'm looking for the.
Sorry.
Video.
Well, we have to go now. It will be at WZ soon again for those who want to come out. Warzone, is that Warzone? WZA?
Yeah, Warzone is where the fight happened.
Oh, okay. I literally came from inside their spawn area with them.
Oh shit! All right, this is something that needs to be shared.
What's up, Alien World?
What's going on? All right, so this is from FOV Airsoft page on TikTok. So He's a good dude. A lot of great content, very similar to mine. He's a good guy, but this one's funny.
Oh no! I mean, yeah, pretty much. That looked like it hurt, bro.
No, it's my
No.
Bop!
Oh, that's why I wish. Oh, I wish I had a camera when that happened at MK and the kid jumped through the bus window. He jumps through the bus window and like Wile E. Coyotes into the other side of the bus right in front of me, and I didn't have a camera rolling. I was just like, "Are you all right, man?"
Man, I can't find that video. Maybe it's on my phone and I can share it to myself.
Is there buildings in the field in that event park? Which event park, Matthias?
He's talking about Warzone.
Oh, Warzone?
Son of a bitch. Yes. They have like small buildings and all that, like plywood structures. Let me see if I can find it on FOV's page through my phone. It might be easier. Because I want to. It's just funny because. Oh, here it is. Shh, Messenger. I'm sending it to Sin. Technology.
I love when they tell me
What?
where their teammates are.
I know, right? It's great. So what's awesome is when when people break the rule of dead man don't talk.
I love when they tell me where their teammates are.
See that?
Yeah, I saw it. He's in your chair.
He's in my spot. That's my chair, damn it. That is my original idea to sit there and shoot from that position. By the way, I totally shot this guy before. He was there that day when I did it on. I think it was that. I think Matthias was there for that day. Are there buildings in the field in that event park? What event park is it?
Yeah, that's what I
EMR?
was asking.
Yeah. Thank Papa for the D-hop. Best patch market on the best patch barrel on the market today. Whatever, man. I am so fucking hungry. God damn it.
Did you not get your sushi order in time?
It's here. I'm eating it now. Yes, there are buildings.
Oh, dear
There's
God,
two
are there
castles.
buildings? There's 2 castles. There's Titman Town, which is a bunch of houses. There's
another
a fort in
tower.
one of it's like it's a tower. There's another fort in the Pine Forest area. So basically, if you don't know, EMR is like, I want to say 12, maybe 11 different actual fields. And then for Bad Blood, they take out all the dividers. It is the entire area is open to us. So it is literally like playing an MMO in a sense, where if you start off in one area, you walk down the road and you're in a completely different area.
I love when they.
Oops. Excuse me. Obviously, I'm using this TikTok. Excuse me. So yeah, there's let's see. Actually, I don't think I played. Oh wait, here's one from Crucible Rip. You all right?
Yeah, that man's leg is still bruised.
Damn it! It did not put up all the stuff up there. I wanted to. I actually loaded up the crash video where the two guys,
I still want to add Benny Hill theme to that.
the crash one.
Yeah.
God,
Speaking of grenades and crashes and things, if you guys aren't aware, the AFG 6 by Taggin clearly states for outdoor use only on the goddamn grenade and packaging. Stop using them indoors.
come on, man. Why you gotta be such a negative Nancy, huh? Let's see. All right, that's uploading now. There's another moment that of stuff not to do at airsoft. I've been throwing a grenade in a bathroom before with 2 other people. Yeah, man. Nothing beats my 11 grenades at once. That is the ultimate level of FU. And they all went off within a split second of each other. That sucked ass.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a silo video that just popped up, and it's him and Airsoft Alphonse at an event here in the U.S. It was Silo's first event in the U.S., if I'm not mistaken. And I can't tell from the video if it was a momentum thing or it was an asshole thing, because he's a big dude.
He is.
But he railroads this kid and breaks the kid's gun.
Let's see. Hey, Horseshack. Do you know what the name of that video was?
Hold on. It's Silo's latest one.
I'm on his page.
Hold on.
His...
It's like sniper climb tire ass
that's 4
rooftop.
years ago. Videos.
Sniper climb tire
climb.
rise. Yeah, it's in there. It's a ways into the video though.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to an old gym.
If somebody's got a timestamp on the exact point, let me know. Yeah, give me the timestamp because I didn't mark it. Dude, the most epic grenade moment I had, and this is before like GoPros were as cheap as they are now, and I know that's saying something because it actually costs now. I really wish I had a decent camera back in the day. This grenade came around a corner, and I didn't see it coming. It came around the side of the door frame, and I was bringing my gun up and around to shoot somebody straight ahead, and I inadvertently slapped the grenade with my suppressor and sent it back down the hallway.
All right.
305.
I think I'm here. Whoop. Share that screen. Let's see. Now, remember, this is Silo Entertainment, guys. Not my content. Let's see what's going on here.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Are you okay?
Oh, bro.
It's 4 for 2.
Does it still work?
Oh.
Nope.
There goes the spring.
Well, all right. So I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to give some credit to the doubt. They're all running, right? Alphonse is going. This kid comes right out in front of him.
Oh.
Yeah, bro.
So
Are you okay?
Oh,
It's 4 for 2.
Does it still work?
Oh.
Yeah, so it's weird. It looks like they actually.
Are you okay?
So Alphonse is running straight right here. There's the kid, and then Alphonse cuts right.
no, it looks
And I
like
think the
Alphonse
kid-
is going straight. Hold on.
No, he cuts right. Watch.
Well, that's Silo right there.
Mm-hmm.
Alphonse is running pretty straight.
No, he cuts right there. He cut right.
But no, that guy looks like he cuts right. Look, that
Yeah, they
that
cut
dude
across each other. They cut.
Yeah.
They literally cut across each other.
Yeah,
That's bad for. It looks like an accident. It's bad for field vision.
It looks like Alphonse was running in a pretty straightforward line. Let's go back to the, whoops, not the stupid advertisement.
Yeah, see, Stu. Yeah, they both cut in the opposite direction of each other.
Yeah,
See?
I mean,
There,
I will
there they
say
go.
whoever this guy is that's on the ground, not for nothing, man, but Alphonse is a huge dude running an LMG, and you cut. I don't know. I would say that it was a straight up accident. I don't think he intended to. I mean, he stopped and went back for the guy. So, yeah, it's an accident.
I know. It's clearly an accident. It's like I said, it's pure momentum. He is a big boy and refuses to wear actual pants. If I have to see him play in those booty shorts one more time. I love the fact that the spring goes flying out of the buffer tube when the kid, just there's.
All right, we're gonna stop this now. Yeah, I mean, more than likely, he just apologized. I mean, there's not much more he could do. I mean, you're playing BB Wars, stuff like that's going to happen. It's like, I don't have the video on my computer, but on this computer. But when I was when I went to Homeland, my first Milsim game, Homeland 2, I went running, and then all of a sudden a dude popped up, and I jumped and went to roll, and I snapped my gun in half. Shit happens.
Yeah, I've never actually had my gun break. I've had people break themselves on my gun.
Yeah. I mean, I had the one guy that ran into me full force, and when I was wearing a plate carrier, and I had my thing for my phone right on my chest, he ran full force into that and split his lip.
Yeah, I was gillied up in a bush and had a guy run straight at me. And let's just say I weighed 283. He weighed like 96 pounds. He bounced off a bush. And of course tried to blame me for it. I'm like, dude.
What the hell was that? Let's see here. Oh, I got the crash. It's not as good as this crash, though.
So you just want to fucking call it?
Yep, it was there to me too. Let's play. Hold on. You okay, dude? You okay? Yeah, I'm not. Okay, calm down.
You notice how I just shot him?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, somebody pointed out earlier that Gabe, the guy that was in front of him before the crash, literally by the time they turned the corner, Gabe's up against the wall. He just kept running.
Yeah, it was one of those clipping moments where the hell did he come from? Glitch in the Matrix. All of a sudden, they're crashing into each other, and I'm like, "Bop!" If he's getting up, he's going to get up dead.
Oh, you can't really hear it over the video. There was a clear impact sound.
Oh no, dude! I shot him
slapping.
I shot him when he was still on the ground, man. I didn't even wait.
He shot him before he hit the ground.
I know, right?
Watch the video. He was falling.
I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna pull that up on the playbackatron. Crucible.
Like I get literally, he shoots him before the kid actually hits the ground.
I mean, look how beautiful this is for like how perspective works. I don't see that dude anywhere.
No, there's Gabe's arm right in front.
Yeah.
There's no gap between those two. And bam, and Gabe's gone.
Yeah, that guy's not even done falling, and I'm still shooting him. shooting until we're told to stop shooting. Now, about 10 seconds later, they said ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. That's when I stopped firing. But, I mean, from the entire perspective of it, you don't see this kid come running. So I don't know where he came from. No. Crash.
Bam. Yeah.
Did he come running? All right, so did he come running from where?
No, he
From
had to come
where
from
Gate is?
that way. He had to come from that way. He had to come from the left to the right. Because he'd have ran into Gabe if he came through there. If he'd have came straight down, he'd have ran into the guy up front.
So
Not
they
Oakley.
must collide right there. Still funny as hell. Badink, badink, badink.
And people are like, why don't you put stuff in those barrels? Because that would have hurt.
That would have hurt, especially if you would have taken it out and it would have fallen down on top of them, because it did fall. I mean, as it stands, the dude in black, who I think is the guy that had the flak 10, didn't get up for a minute.
No. It was his buddy. That was his buddy.
Oh, okay.
That was his buddy. Yeah, they were like there's 3 of them that basically had the same outfit with little variations.
Okay.
But Flak 10 guy had the Die 5 and all the extra crap added onto it because money.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, have you seen the new Die 4 Pro?
No.
That's the Die 4 with the ratchet system from the i5.
Alrighty then. Here's one.
The Mohawk camera? I gotta Google that one.
Haven't seen it before. I'm always going to go with GoPros because with that GoPro replacement plan, oh yeah, baby. While you're looking up that, I'm going to play.
Oh,
Let's see.
I have seen these.
That's expensive.
Yeah, you can. There's other brands that run from like $50 to $100 depending, but the official ones are like $500 to $600. They are ridiculous, and the lens still isn't shatterproof. So
Yeah. And considering this shit happens.
yeah, there's another company called LidCam. I want to say, yeah, LidCam. They're a bit cheaper, and they actually have a shatter-resistant lens that you can put on top. So it's actually more bang for the buck, and they're like $115 if you want a low profile. My problem with the cameras like the Mohawk is it's low profile-ish, but it still sticks up above and creates a target. To be completely honest, it's more likely to get shot being close to your helmet than it is a GoPro sticking off down in front of your face.
Yeah. Except, of course, me. I got 4 cameras shot out in 2 weeks.
That's because you're you.
Yeah, I guess I'm in everybody's faces. So, next thing we're going to play, it's another video. So people ask us all the time, what do you get for your guns? What are some cool upgrades to do? Let me introduce you to the cloak system.
Behind you! Yeah, oh yeah. So I didn't want to hit you in the face, so I tried to. Really? No, you didn't, and I fucking lit you up long before you came around that corner, dude.
I love that last comment. comment. So when it comes down to really cool accessories, that cloak system, that's an ARP 5.56. That gun is normally loud as hell, just because of the short barrel, how hard that thing hits and all that. That cloak system turns it down to the same levels as, say, my Umbrella Armory Okaw. Nice and quiet. And it's got a tracer unit you can put inside of that.
Yeah, the beauty of it is everything you heard was from where I was in front of the gun. A lot of the issues came because people couldn't tell where I was shooting from.
Yeah, it's very quiet in front of the gun, where it's the important factor, So that cloak system, it's made by RC Airsoft. Definitely check it out. He does all the laser cuts. It's actually a better sound suppression system than, say, Novrich's silent foam inserts.
I personally have tried both, and yeah, definitely. I don't know what black magic or voodoo he soaks the foam in, but it works way better.
Yeah, now that one's also the extended. There it is.
Did you really just have it up on the wall behind you the entire time?
I didn't plan to either. So the only upgrade that this gun has is the D-hop barrel with a max pro hop up. Everyone's better than average. Yes, Chris, you are not wrong.
I mean, the guy does have excellent marketing and branding, but when it comes to actual production,
yeah, let's downgrade stuff and charge more money for it. So this is the actual unit, and the tracer unit's right in front. So you can put all the foam suppression inserts inside here and make it insanely quiet, or you do what I do, which is put a tracer unit inside. You could use it really good for indoor arenas. So it's the little Ace Tech AT2000R. Easy access, you put it right in. That's what she said. Screws right in and go on. Now, the only thing that I did a little bit different was because of this back one, having a problem with getting it onto the barrel and then not unscrewing it because it's, positive and all that. So when you're screwing on to put it on your thing, all of a sudden you're unscrewing the actual unit from the lower one. I put some Loctite on the lower bottom one. So, if I ever need to get to the foam inserts, I just take off the front and have to push everything down from the front. So that's the only advice I would give. But that's the unit, not the cloak system itself. That's a problem. So that's like, people ask all the time, what is like one of the things that you would highly recommend? This is one of them, especially if you're trying to quiet down your noisy ass ARP9. This one works really well. Plus, it still has the tracer inside there, so I get a combination of both. And it does extend the barrel a little bit, it gives a little bit more of a profile, so it's not too much of an SMG. But he does have another unit that's a couple inches shorter. So I would highly recommend the cloak system if you're trying to keep quiet and be sneaky with your P9. Where'd that come from, Tyler?
me talking about Norwich's marketing and branding versus his actual product. They're on the delay, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I was like, where'd the hell that come from?
No, don't get me wrong. There's some products. No, I'm lying. There's not really anything else I would actually buy from him.
I don't see anything from Novrich that. I mean, look, I bought the SSG 10. It's sitting up on the wall. I'm never going to use it. It's on the wall of shame. It's actually worse than the VSR 10 that comes out of the box. They actually downgrade it to sell you all the upgrade, to then sell you those same parts as upgrade parts on the gun on his website. It's bullshit. I just, yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, the same thing happened with the, I can't remember what he called it, but it's the high cap, SSP1. Which is actually, if you don't know, it's the KJ Works KPO 8 lower with the KPO 9 upper from KJ Works. So it's OEM by KJ Works. both. You can buy both of those guns separately for the cost he was selling the SSP1. With the upgraded parts actually being the downgrade, which threw me for a loop. Yeah, when those came out, I had a metric crap ton coming for repairs.
Only if you'd upgrade his accent. That's wrong, Stu. Funny, but wrong. So if people ask what's the first upgrade I would get to my gun, the first thing I'd actually buy, if it's a brand new gun, I would just go with the D-Hop barrel. If it's an M4 mag, I'd probably go with the Pro Win or a Max Pro hop up. Get it all as one drop-in kit. Call Greg at Dead End Outfitters, tell him what size you need and all that, and he'll get that set up. That's the first thing I do. Second thing, tracer, hands down. Always a tracer.
Hey, Zombie, this is only one screen I have open right now, my dude.
What about the HK replica pistol that he has that's quiet as shit? It's another pistol. It's another pistol that's already out there that literally he's downgraded, man.
Are you talking about the Mark 23?
Maybe, or he's talking about the SSP or the SSP, but either way, I mean... As we wait for that answer to come in.
Mm-hmm.
So my current favorite tracer right now is the Bifrost. I now have 4. The Mark 23 mic. I wouldn't buy anything from Navrich.
Yeah, this is the Mark 23. So the Mark 23 that they are currently selling, hold on. I have this listed somewhere. The SSX23. Yeah, it's literally just a TM Mark 23. There's no... It's actually... So the Knobridge version is actually louder than the stock one. I just want that to sink in for a minute. It's a non-blowback, quiet.
So
that's it.
So I like.
There's a TM Mark 23. Sorry, go
ahead.
Sorry, there's a TM Mark 23. There is a... Hold on, somebody else makes one. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a TM one, and there's one from KJ Works. KWA. KWA and Tokyo Marui. I own both. I sold them since both the KWA and the Tokyo Marui. And they're both quieter than the Knobridge when I got the test. So if you want the downgraded SEER system that he put into the SS whatever the hell, go for it. It will break shortly. It'll break shortly. Dan Wesson. So I don't care who you are. If you own the Dan Wesson revolver, you're a sadist. They should be classified as a rifleman. The Dan Wesson is literally somebody said, "Hey, what if we actually made an airsoft hand cannon?"
Chris actually went out and bought the lower powered slugs, the lower power cartridges for it, so he can use it at Geiger Lance. Hell no, I always run tracers indoors.
Honestly, it depends what gun I'm running, but normally yes. Uh, for instance, if I'm running my sniper rifle, no. And I have run my sniper rifle indoors because it's the ASO2. It's a short, compact, dirty work gun that I bring to some indoor fields that have enough distance. And it's hilarious when I shoot it with black BBs and people are trying to figure out where they're getting hit from.
Don't know what the hell that weird ass sound is. It's like a weird buzzing sound that suddenly periodically comes up inside.
Yeah, I heard it too.
Okay, as long as I'm not the only one. So yeah, I always run tracers for a couple reasons. One, I don't use sights. I don't use sights because I watch where my BBs go. So that's why if you guys watch me play, and you're like, yo, bro's got aimbot on, it's because I'm watching where my BBs go and I adjust on the fly. It's one of the benefits of having ADHD. I literally sometimes see shit in slow motion. Besides that, for camera work, nothing beats seeing that nice little green BB bounce into somebody in an indoor arena. That's fine, Mike, but you can't see your shots too much. Like when you were approaching up, you really couldn't see where you got hit. Like here, I'm going to play this video for at least a little bit.
Bang, bang.
So on the fly, in high speed, you could see where every single shot went. So that's why I always run a tracer. Yes, the tracer.
No, I completely agree.
Many dollars.
Yeah,
What's up,
I always
Ian?
feel that the tracer is one of those need to have accessories for indoor play, not only for your benefit, but for the simple sake of your sanity. Because there's been many a moment where I have known I hit somebody and they're just shrugging it off. And the tracer, you see the bees clearly bouncing off of them. And from a ref point of view, it's great because I'm in a tower and I can see tracers bouncing off somebody. Like it makes it way easier on me as a ref because I can literally go, "You, stop it."
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up another video here.
I use three.
Go ahead.
I personally use 3.2s and 3.8s when it comes to tracers because I can't find 4s in tracer.
You're mean.
I'm a distance shooter, man. You're close and personal. I'm a distance shooter.
What's up, Brainerd?
Wait, what? Did it just get swollen here?
Yes, we got squished. Brainerd's presence.
Brainerd, stop flexing on the stream.
This was another thing I was going to do. Is I was going to talk about this the comment section on this particular video because it's always freaking hilarious. Sometimes, like I said, don't read if you have thin skin, never read the comment section. If you have thick skin and you're good with self-depreciating comments and good with like going back and forth without being entirely nasty, read the comment section. Zombie, I find I can get 3.2s from HPA Airsoft. I forgot to call Dan today. Damn it. I need to get a case, man.
Let's see. HPA Airsoft has some heavyweight tracers. Mad Bull has some heavyweight tracers if you can find them in stock anywhere. Mad Bull also has the purple heavyweight tracer BBs, which I fell in love with, but are hard to get.
Yeah, I couldn't find them anywhere. The ones you told me, the link you sent me was for regular purple BBs.
Yeah, they have purple tracers. I don't know if they're still making them or not. I got a sample pack at SHOT Show once, and I abused them.
See, this is why I love a tracer. Because I can, like, if I was shooting my regular white BBs, even if I was lighting it up by a light, you probably could not see it clearly sinking into the body. Like this particular cheater, which he wasn't calling it until I put him into his face almost every single time. Like, you definitely would not be able to see white BBs from that distance.
Especially through his flashlight shield of invincibility.
Yeah, that's the other thing I hate is the flashlight shield of invincibility. And that's why a lot of these guys do that, especially at Miami Airsoft. If you notice, I start aiming lower and lower because I'm going for his. I'm going for his legs. I'm going for the soft spots. Wait, hold on. I gotta turn the volume on for this one.
That was so worth it. So fucking worth it. House.
But this is why you want a tracer, especially if you're a content creator. If you're a content creator and you don't have a tracer, the content for tracers can literally, especially in an indoor arena, eliminate your need for a scope cam. I mean, it just means you have to do a little bit more editing, but
With editing software the way it is nowadays, it should be golden. Broke somebody's flashlight shield yesterday. So here's my thing, and this is from both sides. I use a flashlight at some events, but I put a sight protector in front of my flashlight lens because I'm not an idiot. If you're going to run something that's easily broken from the front, in a sport where things are going to be flying at you from the front, why wouldn't you protect it? Since recently found out that there's guys that'll make Lexan inserts for almost every flashlight, and I got some of those in order. But like, if you're going to run a flashlight, protect it. Don't yell at somebody for shooting out your flashlight. You're the idiot that put it on the front of your gun, knowing people are going to shoot at your flashlight.
And don't buy a $300 light to put on your gun. Buy a $25 Feyachi, which will give you 1,200 lumens, more than enough ample light. And you don't have that problem.
Sponsorship plug.
Not even a sponsor. This is not even a sponsorship plug, right? This is not because they've given me stuff in the past. This is just and all right. So something I'm not sponsored by. I'm certainly not fucking sponsored by. Who's that helmet company that has the Gucci helmets? All right, Cry. Anything Cry gear. You don't need anything Cry. There's a particular helmet that a lot of people like to use that they go through. That they're like, all these people are spending all this ridiculous amount of money for real steel counterparts. It's stupid. Or the EOTech red dots. The EOTech holographic sight.
Right. I don't know why.
Team Wendy. There you go. Thank you. Team Wendy.
If you're going to have your pretty dress-up gun, have your pretty dress-up gun. That you can do that. Just don't get mad when people break your shit.
So, and that's the thing, right? It's like Team Wendy. It's good for like all that stuff. Is a Team Wendy helmet going to break in airsoft? Probably not. But my $50 helmet that I have, not on the wall. I've had that thing for 2 years and it runs just fine. It's lighter than a Team Wendy because it doesn't need to be freaking ballistic. It's going to hold up just fine. And if it breaks, I'm only out $50. Now, if something does happen where you're, with a Team Wendy where you go and you rip a strap or whatever because you're not paying attention or whatever, you now have a $250 to $300 investment, in that sort of helmet. Same thing goes with flashlights. If you're going to put a flashlight or a $300 flashlight, $300 optic on your gun, and it's going to get broken, it will get broken. The one I saw, the guy that had EOTech, he was playing, and when he was playing, somebody came up behind, shot right past his shoulder, and got the inside of the holographic sight. So they shot it from the rear side and took it out. Now, is it the person's fault that shot it? Hell no. It's the fault that you brought something expensive onto an airsoft field where you're being shot at. You know?
Yeah, no, there's no point. Like I've seen guys that
Exactly.
have put more money on accessories on a gun than the gun is actually worth. There's
Yeah,
a
but
kid I saw in Texas that had a G&G Raider with ballpark here about $2,000 of accessories strapped to it.
look, and it's not gear envy either, guys. I mean, if I really wanted it, I would have it. It's that simple. I mean, if I thought that it was a smart thing to buy and use for airsoft, I would have it on my guns. They're just not smart. Um, does it look cool? Sure, but I'm not there to look cool. I'm there to play a game, to be effective at playing a game, and not waste money needlessly. Because look, for for that $800 or $600 super lightweight carbon Team Wendy helmet, I can get one of my guns upgraded to be a nasty pew pew
Yeah,
machine
and this
for
is
$800.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah. Disclosure: this is a guy that has a $3,000 night scope for my sniper rifle for night games. I take it out there knowing it'll probably get broken. I'm not going to yell at the guy that shot me. In fact, if somebody manages to shoot me while I'm using that scope at night, I'm going to give him props for that shot. But it's protected. I have a lens protector on it because I'm not an idiot. Also, it gives great playback and recall footage.
exactly, Chris. Exactly. I mean, look at Stu flexing with all the big fancy words with expensive money. You know what I see there? You know what I see with that $2,050 spend there? I see another O-call that can go to my arsenal.
Or a Vendi or a Vici or a Veritas.
I know, right? You could buy two of those, of each one of those. You could buy two Indestructibles. I mean, it's just the way that I look at seeing the stuff that's there. And the thing about it is, too, it's like I've been stressing this for a while. Like when people say, when people bitch and complain because I'm taking them out and all that, they say, "Oh, your gun's good." I was like, "No, man, I'm wearing half the kit you are. I'm able to move. I'm able to effectively say nope with my old ass. I can flex out of the way and not get hit by a gun." I have 6 fully upgraded guns. A spending problem. Ugh.
I mean, Stu, you can start buying me upgraded guns. I'm just saying.
I got games and stuff I can sell you.
I was just right. I'm saving up my airsoft budget right now because I got to hang out at DEO and saw some of the stuff Papa was working on, and he's got some stuff coming that I've already told him to shut up and take my money.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff like that. Especially if you're just getting into the sport. That's the funny thing. Sitting at Miami Airsoft. Last Wednesday, it was an awesome day at Airsoft. 5 minutes in, my last GoPro gets shot out. 5 minutes into the game. I was so mad. But it ultimately ended up being an awesome day at Airsoft. Rentals were acting like rentals, and they weren't even bad rentals, right? They weren't the guys that you're like, "Oh, Jesus, these rentals." They were just doing some stupid things from time to time that wasn't something that ruined it. But we got a chance to go through, meet some new people, hang out afterwards at Fuddruckers, and just play and have a good time. And these guys were literally asking about some of these other people's kits, and I was like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Especially when you're on a limited budget. I mean, if you have it and you like it, hey, more power to you. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you want to do it, it's just I personally just don't see the need to spend the money on that when there's all sorts of other cool guns that I can get. When the stuff that I have works, and it's also lightweight. Like back in 2019, 2020, Papa's making my account scared.
Right? I'm about to start a separate bank account and just label it DEO.
Back in 2019 and 2020, I was always running full plate carrier without plates, of course. I had all the stuff on there. I would run a sidearm. I would run 10 mags for an 8-minute long game.
Yeah, and that fits your playstyle
Yeah.
perfectly, which we found out when we were down there, because in one game, Joker goes through about 2 mags, and I was on like number 8.
I just don't see the need to necessarily spray and pray, you know?
Oh, I was just spraying and praying. I just wanted to make sure they were calling their shots. And I tend to do a lot of suppressing fire so that my teammates can move up and take them out. Joker just YOLOs in and starts shooting people.
Hey, each tactic works, right?
It works. Yeah, I mean, there's some like if anybody saw my was at Syndicate or Bad Blood or any of those other events and saw my loadout, my chest rig and backpack look expensive. They're not. It's the $20 Emerson front with $10 pockets. The most expensive thing is the Haley Strategic backpack I got for $20 at a buy sell trade day. Like I run a $25 battle belt from Amazon. There's no point in dumping a bunch of money into gear just to look tactical. Now, if you've got the money to spend because you want to look tactical, hey, brother, I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money. Go for it. But it doesn't make you a better player.
uh, I'll address this, Thomas. So there's a couple of things that could probably was affecting you too. You might not have had the rig set up properly, the airsoft ones. Now, I've seen some stuff like everybody knocks Amazon, but some of the chest rigs and stuff and the plate carriers from Amazon actually, to me, feel like better than some of the Cry stuff that I had tried on and everything else.
Yep. I run a Yakida, however you want to pronounce it, off of Amazon. It was a $100 plate carrier multicam, actually licensed multicam, which really threw me through a loop. But once it's put on right, it actually is more comfortable than my actual plate carrier. And I swap plates over, and yeah, it works great.
And just so we're clear, guys, I'm not really trashing. I'm not really trying to trash or knock down anybody else's feelings on the gameplay or anything like they're what they're doing. This is more for people that these are some of the questions that we get asked all the time. So
yeah, it comes down to the same thing I've said for years, and I will continue to say. It does not matter how much money you spent on your gun or your gear. If you suck, you still suck. Get good. I run around the field in a unicorn. I was saying, like, I literally run around the field in a unicorn onesie. Wait, hold on. Where is it? And this is the bag I use to hold my tank. And I still collect tears and salt from players. It doesn't really. If you suck, you suck. Learn the basics. Learn the play.
So there's one thing I will agree on when it comes down to actual camo clothing, right? Because of that's the only thing I won't buy on Amazon is the clothing, unless it's Condor. If it's like a Condor combat shirt, I'll buy that because I know it'll fit. But anything else, no. Like pants, not a chance in hell. I have to buy that from like tacticalgear.com or someplace else that I know is actually going to fit my fat ass.
Yeah, so when it comes down to that, I learned this fun and hard way. Wrangler has a camo line of work pants, and that's strictly what I run. My multicam pants are actually Wrangler. Yeah, and they outlasted my Cry.
So let me address Thomas real quick. This is all great. This is what we like, and when the chat kicks off like that, we're talking about here. I agree with you on the Condor one. I will not buy a Condor chest rig because I don't think they were. I think they were made as cheap as possible, and I don't think they were designed good. So I think you're absolutely right with that. So if that was the one you're doing, I totally agree with you that the Condor ones were trash. For Feral, IDO gear is terrible. Now it depends. if you buy them, like if you have the ability to buy them 2 sizes above your size, they fit perfectly. They fit great. But unfortunately, they don't make them in my size to try out.
There's
Um,
also a fun fact about IDO gear that most people don't realize. If it says IDO gear, it is legitimate from IDO gear. If it's the IDO gear where it's all one word, it is a Chinese knockoff, which is ironic because it's a knockoff of a knockoff.
yeah, we've been through this money, but we've been through this before, Chris. Like I have to go to 511 sometimes to get the clothing, but I'm a big boy. Although I don't know if you guys saw that, if anybody's been following me on Facebook. I mean, I posted an article this morning. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. That looks like with the study that was done. Um, uh, it's us big boys might actually have a miracle pill.
Captain Tubbs, Rothko for us bigger guys. Yes, Rothko makes clothes in American sizes. Is the best way I can put it.
So this came across my feed earlier today. It's a diabetes drug for people with not diabetes. They lost an average between 35 and 52 pounds over a period of, I think, 30 days or 60 days. Oh, 72 week. So over a course of almost a year and a half. But that's phenomenal. Because it's not actually for diabetes. Well, it's a diabetes drug, but it can be used for people without diabetes because that's where they showed the most benefit. So that's that's actually pretty awesome.
It's Viagra all over again. They designed a pill for something and then found out that it works way better for something else.
What it might do is I didn't read. I'm actually going to dive into and read the research on it to see if I can get a layman's term research. If that actually is a thing and can be done, I think what it probably does is it kick up the metabolism and helps you burn off excess sugars and all that, which helps you burn off excess fat. So combine that shit with theirs, exactly, shed pounds.
And a solid motherfucker.
So what about Rothko?
Rothko. Their clothing start. The best way I can put it is they start at American sizes. Is legit. Like I don't know if anybody does. It's gonna sound douchey as crap, but most other countries' size scales are way different than ours.
Yeah.
So Rothko, for the lack of a better term, has American sizes. Like their small, medium, and large equate to the American standard for small, medium, and large. And they have some decent gear. There's some crap. Don't get me wrong. They tried to do their urban camouflage pattern, which looked like crushed concrete and wasn't actually urban camo. But they have some pretty cool stuff.
That's the Ukraine version.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So
if it would have been a year, look,
kilt.
if this would have came up last year, I'd have said it's the Afghanistan model. It's the Afghanistan camo, or Syria, or Georgia.
Again, as a guy who's been there, you cannot bomb Afghanistan into the Stone Age. They would consider it an upgrade.
Fine, Iraq.
Right. Still combined with airsoft. Yeah. Yeah, IDO gear is terrible. If you go to they actually have a store in Vegas, IDO Tactical. That's what it is. It's IDO Tactical and there's IDO Gear. They're actually two separate companies. IDO Tactical has a store in Vegas, and they actually have some pretty decent stuff. And they will do custom fitment. Like if you come in with a plate carrier, or if you come in with one of their plate carriers and it doesn't fit, they will actually basically do tailoring to your plate carrier for fitment. It was actually a pretty interesting experience. Flash Force Industries. I have not heard of that one.
I don't follow up on all that. So what Mike said earlier, he goes, spend that money on training. I don't need any more training.
Wow, this is the most bro dude tactical store I've ever seen.
No, I gotta look it up.
Oh god. All right. So look, here's the bottom line. Just because you put tactical in front of something doesn't make it tactical. I am sick and tired of tactical shorts, ta- tactical socks.
What the hell one is there? If it's is it? All right, I think this is it.
It's FF some. Yeah.
Yeah, pass.
That's a
Tactical
tanker
Crocs.
jacket. Yeah, fuck off and sorry. 1 minute 22 seconds. Tactical Crocs. Crocs are officially the shoe of I give up on life. So if you don't know, Crocs actually started off as a prison shoe. They were designed for prisoners, but prisoners were beating each other to death with the Croc. So the contract got rescinded. Now, if anybody's old enough to remember when Crocs first hit the market, they were only available in orange. There was a reason. They were the surplus that the prisons refused to buy. And at the time, they were $10 for what may or may not be comfortable to you slippers. And people bought them. And then they took off. And now we have Croc Nuts, which is another level of disturbing.
Well, I'm looking to look at this Ranger green set, right? So
Crocs do
seeing what
not. Sorry, hold on. Crocs do not count as a closed toe shoe, Chris. No. All right, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So go to back to Flash Force Industries, right, and look at their Ranger Green Gen 3 combat set. That shit looks tan.
One, that is not Ranger Green.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tear this company apart.
What? What? Why do they have a zipper?
Yeah, I'm gonna come tomorrow, bro. And here's the other problem I have, right? They have no size chart.
They don't. Also, that is not anywhere near Ranger Green.
No, it's not.
I do like what they did with the top. They're Cry knockoffs. They got the waist cinch on the Velcro waist cinch. The zippered pockets are a no go because they're going to break. That's why you don't put zippers on tactical pants. There's a reason the military switched to hook and loop for everything. I'm sorry, Velcro, which is a brand of hook and loop for you Neanderthals, because zippers break, buttons break.
Mm-hmm. So they're SOBs,
Sobs.
sons of
You
bitches.
lost me, Stu. Yeah. Scroll down and look at the actual.
I'm at the very bottom of their page, and I don't see. Wait, there's one guy.
Oh no, there's a down arrow. There's a down arrow over on the side. Why? So they put hook and loop around the knees.
All right, I'm going to share the screen because I don't see what the hell you guys are talking about. Are you guys talking about this one right here?
No, scroll down to the actual Ranger Green. Click on it.
Oh, this shit.
Yeah. Go over to the left. There's a little down arrow underneath all those pictures to the left. Your American left. There's somebody wearing them. But like, if you look at there's zippers in places there shouldn't.
That looks almost tan. That's tan on green.
No, it's a green. It's just not Ranger Green. It's it's diluted.
That's tan.
That's tan.
That's tan. So what I'm seeing is this is all the stuff that you can't wear to an event.
Yeah, because it's confusing as shit.
Cry ripoff sob. Okay.
Oh, I get it. Very funny. Very funny. Well, yeah. So it's companies like
Oh,
this. They'll make
here's
a
the
buck.
size chart.
They'll make a buck off of people that don't know any better. But if you were to show up to an event,
See,
you couldn't
I can tell
actually
you right
wear
now.
this
Hold on.
Ranger green.
I bet all this stuff's made in. I bet all this stuff is made in China because of that right there. The waist size in the
Mm-hmm.
U.S. double XL is 45 and larger.
All right.
So I almost guarantee this shit's made in China.
Hong Kong. They are made in Hong Kong.
Thank you.
I can tell their contact phone number is Hong Kong.
Not even regular China. Oh. Yeah. So personally, like I said, I'm a big boy. I'm a chunky boy.
They're hold on. Check this out. They're about us. Flash Force Industries designs and manufactures high quality products for milsim and airsoft teams. Um, that Ranger green, you literally couldn't wear at any event because
No.
it's not Ranger green. It has tan, which would be literally the most confusing thing on the field. Don't get me start. Do not get me started on JK Army, man.
I mean, we'll always have like everybody will have concentration camps. China. Um, we will always have like difference of opinions when it comes down to gear across the entire airsoft world, right? So we always have we'll always have that. What works for me might not work for you. Um, I get that. My warning goes out to the people that just don't know, that haven't really had an experience. So it's like, hey, here's this. Um, Mike, who has all sorts of gear and stew and everything else, will be a different story. Hey, look, if you want to run it, by all means, go for it. Um, it's what my warnings is usually to the newer players that say, hey, you don't need it. Yes, don't pull a stew. um, you don't need it, and think of everything that you're going to buy is eventually going to break. And do you want to invest the money in something that's probably going to last the same amount of time?
My general, if somebody ever asks me what I recommend, like out of the stuff I have, I always tell them, this is what hasn't broken yet. And this is what I actually use. All
Like,
these
one of the
other
things-
pretty things I have, yeah, they're pretty.
Yeah, like I highly recommend the One Tigress face mask with the ear protection. They look like this. They're like 20 some odd bucks on Amazon. And they go on and they do a good job of protecting damn near everything. This one doesn't have the straps on because I was trying to see if I can get it to attach just to my helmet. It didn't work right.
And I hated dye for years. I run dyes now because I'm old and lazy, and I would rather just go and be done.
Me personally, I like putting everything on, like cover my entire head because I don't like getting shot from behind the head.
Dude, I watched him put on his headgear. It's like a safety check. He's like,
no, it's frump, mask and eye pro, clip, good to go.
Yeah. So for the record, that $3,000 scope I have, I did not actually pay $3,000 for. I think the end result is I only paid like $20 for it. I bought it. Me and Smurf bought a pallet from a wholesale liquidator, and it was in there, and I screamed like a little girl.
Yeah. So for gloves, I go with if you're looking for tactical gloves, this is the sort of stuff I like telling people about. Because this stuff. Oh, look. Man, when you shop a lot for freaking for on Amazon when that pops up right there. There it is, buddies. The One Tigress small tactical mask. Hey, look, buy it again. Buy Frost. It's the Tighten Ups. These gloves. Yeah, these ones right here. They're only $25, and they have all the colors of the rainbow that you can need for airsoft, and they last me around 6 months, which is good considering how much I play airsoft. Remember I play airsoft sometimes 2 to 3 times a week, at least once a week, Give me a neck gaiter with a mesh insert.
I mean, there's a guy that's recently on. If you're keeping up with the 3D printed airsoft scene, he just 3D printed a pretty freaking awesome face mask.
There you go.
Bam!
Just for you, Mike.
I used Oakley for gloves. I've tried the 511s. Honestly, personally, the cheap Walmart Mechanics gloves they sell for like $6.99 have been my go-to because they're $6.99, and I use them like disposables.
Brain Exploder. I haven't. Look, I had a couple of his things that came, and because of the way he 3D prints and all that, I don't want to trash. I don't want to trap his company because he's doing some stuff that other people aren't. But I just had it literally just fall apart.
Also, if you're looking at run cams, sorry, go ahead.
Any suggestion would be an upgrade from Pelter Sport 300s without buying Comptact 3s. I don't have that much cash to throw away. That's so. Would I? I don't run cams. I don't run comms like that. So I don't have the stuff that goes over the ear. I used to run it, but I just have problems. I hate having the stuff that covers up and goes through for sound. So I'm a bad person to answer that question.
Let's see if I still have it in my freaking.
I used to Gold's Clim Weight Joe. Had them for 4 years. Sometimes that's the best thing.
Like I say, if it doesn't break and it works, it works. I cannot find the link for it. Generally, scroll through Amazon, look for reviews. I know there's 2 companies that make other like Comtact knockoffs for like half the cost. I have a set somewhere. I literally ran for like a year. The only reason I stopped using them is because I switched to my larynx setup. And I cannot for the life of me remember what they are. I'm not at home, so I can't actually go grab them.
It might be Hear Angels. Yeah, let me share the screen again. You talking about these?
Yes. There's another model that's slightly cheaper. It's just the 2. I don't know. Prices could have gone up. I don't know. When I got it, it was like $50. It wasn't the Z-Tac.
That looks like that one right there. Looks like we're just gonna cheap out here.
Yeah, but look at the reviews on it. 212 reviews, average of 4 stars. That's what I look for. Hold up, back up. I just saw him. You went down, right there. Howard Light, Honeywell. That's what they are. No, damn it. It looks like those, but it's got the mics coming off of it.
Looks like these?
To the left.
That?
Yep. Yeah, they look like that. But they don't have a headband. They have the rails. But anyway, I ran them for about a year of constant playing, and that's playing like 2 to 3 times a week. Honestly, I probably still run them if I didn't have my throat mic. Hell, my new thing right now is somewhere I have a Bluetooth setup for my Baofeng.
I have that. It sucks.
I can't. It's too shiny.
Yeah. I have it. It's right here. It sucks. It never worked right. It never connected right. Did not like.
Does it have the other piece that plugs in?
Yeah. 01 would not buy again.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to use it yet. Air Armor. I want to say it's the ATA. Hold on. My phone is going off. Yes, I did. It's the ATA airsoft ones I was running. Granted, they weren't top tier, top of the line. They did their job and they took shots.
Yeah, what I used to run underneath mine until I just gave up running comms. The only time I run comms now is if I'm in some sort of major leadership role, or I have to do it. Then I'll just put a mic on my side and just turn my radio off if I need to be sneaky.
Yeah, that's why I switched to the Larynx mic with the earpiece so I can be sneaky.
So I mean, and there was a thing going around where people are saying that the new Baofangs are coming in code locked. The Baofangs, the 5Rs are still Amazon still has stock of stuff that's not locked. But if it is locked, there's a hot hack for it.
You don't even need to hack it. Stop hacking them. So I have a box of them in the car. I need to get up to the prison. You factory reset them, and it removes it. There's
That's
no
what I'm saying.
need
That's
to
the
do
hack.
Yeah, that's not a hack. You just factory reset it. There's some people that are doing attempting to do the paperclip jumpstart hack, which can just fry the radio. Stop it. Just factory reset them. It's in the settings. You go down, hit factory reset. You wait 2 minutes, and bam, you're done.
Exactly. Now I don't know what happened with the I got the 8-watt ones. I couldn't get those to reset, so I had to send them back to Amazon.
Yeah, I just got the A1. I got A1 from DEO, and it's fine. I just factory reset it. We were playing with them. All right, I need to take a second. I'll be right back.
All right. So while he goes to take a second, let's see here. Let's show off another thing of what not to do at airsoft.
Gentlemen, let's keep it semi, strictly semi.
Put your hand up and come out. Yo, what the fuck? Hey, hey, you, hey, don't do that shit again, man. No, that was you. That was not him. Bullshit. That's why I saw your gun up. Don't do that shit again. It don't matter. When you're out, you put your gun up and you walk back to respawn. That's simple. Huh?
You gonna walk with me out right now?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you walking me out.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
What the?
Hey, you walking me out?
I ain't walking you out.
All right, so talking about earmores, I had the same problem with earmores that you had. I must have gotten, I had 50-50. I had one set that was bad, and then I got a new set in, and the new set worked, but they died pretty quick. I think I got a little bit of rain on them, and it was not even a lot. It was just a little bit of rain, and they died fast.
You're talking about the ear armor?
The earmore.
Earmore. Yeah, I have one set that electrocuted me, and I got rid of them. I wore them at a heavy rain event in, I want to say it was Wisconsin. And they're supposed to be water resistant according to the packaging. And I kept getting this mild buzz on the side of my face, like you know when you fall asleep on your face, that tingle. Mm-hmm. And I take my headset off to rub it, and it would stop, and I couldn't figure out what's going on. I put it back on, it would start up again. I figured out, yeah, it was shocking me slowly.
So what do I use for anything for hearing protection? Yeah, I'll put earplugs in. That's about it.
I was in artillery. I don't bother anymore. I can't get any deafer.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, that guy wanted me to walk him out. I was like, what do you mean walk you out? I'm not walking you out anywhere. I was like, you got shot. Now, when I came around the bus, did I shoot him? Yeah. Did I see that he was out? No, but he was definitely my target. I was aiming for him because after he full autoed me in the back, that very next game, he was talking trash in the staging area. So I was like, okay, bet. We'll see how this goes.
The e-bike ones are crap. I have friends at e-bike, and I mean this full heartedly. If it says EMG brand on it, I'm not buying it. I take that back. There's one thing they make that's actually fairly decent. They brand it, and that's the EMG gearbox. They came up with a gearbox shell that's modular. So as of now, any HPA engine, any gear set, any MOSFET fits in it perfectly. What? I've had 3 of those break, man.
I'm
What are
here.
you
I'm just
doing?
doing something. I
Oh.
gotta take care of something.
All right, whatever. I've had 3 of the EMG tracers. They broke. Like literally, one took a shot to the side and just stopped working. Which my Ace Techs and my other ones happens all the time, and they work just fine. You're probably saying,
Yeah, I'm sorry. When it comes to tracers, Ace Tech for life.
Ace
I've
Tech.
yet to have. Ace Tech does wonders with their tracer units, and their customer service is pretty good for, like, if the shelf life of that particular tracer. So the lighter S, when they had that, I had a problem where it just stayed on constantly. The sensor was screwed up. They just had me smash it, and they sent me a new unit.
Yep. It's the same
So,
policy Titan has. Break it, take us a photo of you breaking it or something, and send you a new one. They've done it for me repeatedly. I used to be a fan of X Cortex until their quality control fell to the floor. Because X Cortex were the first ones to come out with the quote unquote BB control system. I think Ace Tech has a version of it now. The old X Cortex X1000, I could be wrong, came with a tracer that also had a chronograph in it, a fake PEC box that actually had a shout counter and everything registered back to it. So your chronograph, everything else. And it came with a poor man's Gorilla burst control unit that went into the gun. And it was a beautiful streamlined setup until it broke. But it was great. And back then, like there weren't really a lot of other MOSFETs on the market yet. So the burst module was nuts. Yeah, the only downside to that system, Pearl, was the fact that it took so many goddamn AA batteries. But it worked. My issue is even the Ace Tech one, it still takes batteries. They need to come up with one system like that you can just charge. It still annoys me in this day and age that there's so many products that you could literally just. It's cheaper to actually wire in a charging port to a battery bank than it is to just go through batteries. Like I don't understand why most companies don't do that now. Luckily, most tracer units now have switched to Type C for charging instead of the awkward, weird shapes that everybody else has been using.
Yeah. It drives me nuts that more and more companies are not coming with sending stuff with rechargeable batteries. And you would think that the companies would be doing it, considering how valuable lithium and everything else is becoming. It's like you would figure that, yeah, they would do something, but they're not. But that's also me. Like for my stuff, I want to keep my guns as clean as possible. Less stuff to get knocked off, next stuff to get broken. It decreases weight on the guns. You'd be surprised at how much just a few ounces on your gun affects you over the course of an 8 or 10 hour long milsim.
That's the whole reason I built the Space Cat that I was running at the last Syndicate. The sight I had on it weighed more than the gun.
That's the shit I'm talking about. And
Excuse
I'm sorry,
you.
but
I'm trying to steal my soda.
Where's my name?
End of an era. I just sent back my Hero 7 Black covers because I can't use them anymore.
Yeah, sorry, that hand belonged to a small child sneaking on the camera.
You can't see the hand.
Oh, good.
The green screen, your background covered it fully. I mean, I don't skip on guns though. That's one thing I don't cut. I don't cut on. But I will say this: Umbrella Armory isn't worth it.
I agree. When they started off, they were doing a service that the community desperately needed. They were reasonably priced. And as they grew big, they kind of just stopped doing that. They started producing products at a higher cost that anybody with a modicum of a sense or minimum tech skills could do themselves.
Well, their customer service definitely went down. Um, I had an issue with the O-Call where all of a sudden the Titan just decided to and just start shooting nonstop. They tried to blame my battery.
When that's clearly a sensor problem, not the battery problem, because
Mm-hmm.
the battery doesn't fire unless the sensor loop is. Anyway, my whole again, once they got really big, when it was like four guys working out of one shop, their customer service was great. They were reasonable, and then once they started getting bigger and bigger, like that kind of mentality went out the window.
Mm-hmm. Like the first time I sent the gun back was right after Iron Horse 3. Um, the gun started having feeding issues, and it wasn't sounding right, and everything else. They tried blaming my batteries as the reason for the problem, and they said, "Well, look at all these sensor issues." I was like, "Yeah, because I drained the battery shooting. That doesn't mean that the gun itself, anything was bad or wrong with it. That it doesn't mean that's what caused the issues I'm talking about. How the hell does battery cause a compression issue?"
It yeah, no,
That was my main
it's
question to them, and they didn't have an answer.
it's too
So,
huge, doesn't fit in my rail. That's what she said.
uh, but and then another person that people need to watch out for is Bloomies. I've heard of 8 guns now that he's done work on that have to be worked on by another person.
Yeah. So again, another company when he was small, I went to him for a bunch of smaller products like barrel lapping and stuff like that. Before I discovered the Church of the D Hop, I went to Bloomies for a lot of that. Um, but like his finished builds, just issues after issues with, and I don't know if it's because he's not doing the work himself and he's got like in-house techs now that he's not paying attention to. And this is a problem as a business owner I run into repeatedly is I do not believe in minimum wage. I do a percentage of profit for my employees because the harder you work, the more you make. I refuse to pay minimum wage for minimum effort. And this takes place in the airsoft industry a lot when it comes to custom gun manufacturing. If you're paying a guy minimum wage, he's going to do minimum work. And that's what your customers are going to get. Quality control goes out the window. I've had guys build CAPAs for me on behalf of me, and I flat out told them if there's a customer complaint or it has to be returned, it's coming out of their pay. If it goes out, you make sure it goes out perfect. You make sure it goes out flawless. A lot of people don't have those standards.
No, they don't.
Like that's why I love working with Greg when I was down in Florida DEO. I watched him talk customers out of buying things because he knew they wouldn't like it in the long run.
And there's something to be said about that, right? There is something to be said about that. There's something to be said about, making sure that the things are right fit. But I've seen too many times at too many shops where people are putting their personal feelings on their play style onto the player. And not realizing also that the player is sizing you up to see what your experience, like what you are, to see how they could possibly relate to the advice that you're giving them. And airsoft, it's very, very particular for this, right? So if you're trying to sell somebody something, like me telling a 12-year-old what to get, they're not going to listen. I'm some fat old dude. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't run like they can run, which is true. So it doesn't matter if you have 1 year experience or 30 years experience. You have to really just try to give your advice and not, and if the person says, no, that's not what I want to do, or, whatever, you have to find out what that person wants to do, how they want to move and act, and then sell them something that would work for them, not what works for your taste. Now, the one thing that I think all of us selling guns can agree on is when somebody comes in and say, I want a sniper rifle, we all say, no, you don't.
No, you don't. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. The difference between a good tech and a great tech. If you walk in and say, I want this, a good tech will say, yes, I can do that. A great tech will ask you, why?
Mm-hmm.
Because, yes, I can build you a gun that shoots 50 RPS. Why?
Most fields now are getting smart to that, and they're banning it. Like, I love the fact, so there's a few guys that go to MA that have been causing problems for years because their guns shoot so fast, right? With high RPS and everything else. And periodically what they'll do is they'll switch their guns to binary or switch their guns to full auto and do a quick burst. And because their guns are quiet, like super quiet, the admins can't tell if that was a full auto shot or not. The person getting hit knows because it right into their chest or right into their arm or whatever, but the admins might not be able to hear it from where they're at. Like, hell, you put a cloak system on any of those? Yeah. There's going to be a nice little burst. So...
Is that you?
The giggling?
Yeah.
Hey, Ange, you dying in there?
Would
then
you
shut
like
up.
to? Oh, it's been a night. But yeah, it's like I tell people all the time, that's the difference. Like, as much as I want your money, I'm not going to build you something or sell you something that you're going to come back in a couple of days and be like, this sucks. This is what I wanted.
Yes.
You know what? I would actually build that gun just to watch their face.
Well, here's the thing that most people don't realize, right? That when they hear that stuff there, they expect that gun to always perform at that level. But they don't realize that that's a high-stress build.
Oh, no, it's going to blow up.
It's going to fail.
No. That gun would blow up.
Oh, Stu. I have one of those. It's at Greg's shop right now being fixed because it blew up. That gun shot 55 rounds per second. DSG.
Why? It's not. Your trigger finger will go. Your finger will go faster than that binary can actually cycle. Just pull the trigger quicker.
Exactly, Farrell. You have to maintenance that gun every day, and a lot of guys like me. I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't. So it's like one of those things where I don't go into Gearbox. I don't touch any of my stuff. I'll clean it out, but that's about it.
Somebody asked on my Facebook stream for wonderful. I don't actually know the days this year.
For what?
Trader's Day at Fallen Warrior. I would like to be there. I'm probably gonna say yes, but I need to know the dates. And I haven't been able to get a hold of Evan because I know he's being a dad. His daughter's finally of the age where she wants to do every single activity there is. And I respect that. He's a great dad. He's like, all right, we'll go do it. It doesn't make any sense, but let's go.
Yeah, but binary doesn't change that. I mean, the only thing it does is and what binary is going to do is binary is actually going to cause more stress on your motor. It's going to burn out your motor.
No. He said he wants to do it on a Polar Star. Here's the problem. you still only have a limited amount of contained air volume within that solenoid when you cycle. So even if it were binary, you'd just be shooting 2 BBs at half the power you normally would. Actually, less than half the power. You'd be gimping a gun.
Oh, he said Polar Star. I thought he meant P90.
No, Polar Star.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah. So, from an engineering standpoint, yes, it is possible. From a logical standpoint, you'd be gimping a gun. Like people,
Yeah.
there's a limitation. No matter whether it's HPA or AEG, it's still a limited amount of air volume being transferred one way or another, unless you're a nut job that has one of those open closed valve systems, which that's a whole another thing I don't want to get into. So even if you were to put binary on an HPA engine, you're just less than halving that volume because you need air to open the valve to cycle the solenoid both ways. If you're doing that twice as fast, your refresh rate is literally halved. You're gimping the gun.
I was waiting for one of these comments. So I have a feeling that's on the the Facebook. Let me get to that page real quick so I can identify the person by name.
All right, sorry.
I'm not gonna pick. I'm not gonna pick on you, but I always love it when people come in and say, "I want to do it for Joseph." There we go. Again, this is not picking.
Another thing I don't.
At anything. I just started playing airsoft when my 9-year-old wanted to get into it. I figured it's a great way for combat training. It's most real with the most realistic weapons. Airsoft does not teach combat training. If you like, I personally chew up tactical people for lunch when they try to do their tactical stuff and all that, because I don't follow conventional thought of what you're supposed to be doing with tactical shooting.
Take this from a 12-year combat veteran in the U.S. Army. It does not. And if you have that training, any vets that have played will tell you the level of annoyance we get at other airsofters.
Especially somebody like me.
Now, for weapon safety and control, it can help with that style of training, especially at that young of an age. But he's not going to learn decent tactics out of it, even at the quote-unquote most milsim of milsims there is. It's not going to happen.
Because you still have people like me.
Oh, trust me, we play together all the time, and I'm trying to pie a corner and clear a room, and he goes, whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, I'm gone. I am literally gone. It's like, where the hell did you go? And that's, I mean, it's, I'll play, hold on. Try to find that one video again. I'll just give you a great example.
I thought it was two normal. It's essentially it is two normal shots, but if you're still only have so much air.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find the.
No problem. And in AEGs, binary trigger actually puts more stress on your gearbox build because it has to cycle even faster to pull that off. So when you go DSG and binary, you're compounding the amount of stress you're putting on the gearbox. And since you brought up precocking, you essentially are building a bomb in a gearbox when it comes down to that. Because keep in mind, it's got to cycle faster. It's got to cock faster. And then if you add in precocking where it slides back and holds it waiting for that next shot, that's a lot of stress your spring is going under really quick. Yes, Farrell, it can absolutely train you to use your iron sights if your hop-ups adjusted right. And the thing about airsoft and sights is you most of the time don't freaking need them.
No, because your BB is never going to fly in a true straight form. You can fire 3 different BBs and they'll go in 3 different directions because each BB gets affected by wind and everything else as soon as it leaves the barrel. And if another gust comes through or whatever, yeah, it's.
And the other thing about it people don't realize is it's also affected by the if you're spamming the trigger, your lead BB is actually affected by the BB that's coming out behind it. So if you're spamming down your barrel, remember each of those BBs is creating a backspin as it comes out, which is going to affect everything in front of it. That's why if you ever see a full auto spread, there's always that wobbly deviation coming in.
Trying to find like a good example of why.
Wow, Stu. Wow.
Love it.
Bad. Oh god. When is Smurf? If you're still watching, if you can get me the dates for Traders Day, I will let people know whether or not I can make it. Right now, I do have a lot going on. I got to move all my stuff out of Crucible. We've got Bad Blood.
Here's a perfect example. Turn off this mute.
Shoot him.
Like, you'll never go running up the middle like that. No cover, just
You.
and. What's this
That was the mission. Stop it.
Oh, that's what the mission was. Okay, that was for Tinker to shoot me in the ass by Sarah. Sarah gave him a mission.
All right, so July 15th to 17th. Yeah, so I will be at Fallen Warrior on Friday for Traders Days. Fallen Warriors in Chillicothe, Ohio, for the people out here in Ohio. I'll be down there for Friday as per usual, doing tech work and selling off some of my old stuff. And then I'll be back at Great Lakes Medieval Fair for the weekend. So if you want to stop by and say hi and support an awesome field, come on out and see me.
Or here's a better example. Here's why it does not cheat.
Come on. Yo, you can't do that. You got to be up. Hey, you can't do that. Behind. You're behind the plastic. You can't do that. Hit. I swear to fucking God, if you're on my team.
I hit you?
Who did?
No, I hit you?
Yeah.
He was on my team.
You too. I got you in the chest too, bro. Hey.
I missed my gun already.
Good trade.
Yeah, watching for shadows I do all the time. I mean, that's what you just have to do at any infield. It's just watch where those shadows are coming from. Especially at MA, it's so great because they get so many lights.
Yeah, that's one thing I did notice. There's an extreme lack of dark spots. Like there's some shadow areas, but there's no dark spots.
They have to do that for insurance reasons. I implement tactics pretty well to my benefit in airsoft, pushing people to use their weak side and pieing, shooting from cover or concealment. Yeah, but I kill you all the time.
Yeah, my major issue with it when it comes down to taxes is 90% of all fields are designed it with right-handed shooters in mind, and it's something most people don't notice until they try to play left-handed. And what I mean by that is there's some fields where I don't have a way to draw this.
Mm-hmm.
So you come into a room and the door exiting is on the left. So that is designed for a right-handed shooter because if you come in, you can turn a corner under cover. Versus a left-handed shooter, if you're trying to get a beat on it, you're direct line of sight to that exit. There's no cover. And a lot of fields are designed that way because they don't take into account left-handed play.
Me personally, I like at least I'm ambidextrous. I switch hands all the time. The only thing that really sucks is I think I need to set all my settings to just be semi. Because sometimes I'll transfer my hand and all of a sudden I'm on safety. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, or like what happened to me when I borrowed your gun and kept flipping it to full auto.
Oh, that was
None
fun.
of my guns have a switch on the left side. They've all been moved to the right. So it kept screwing with me.
Well, that one was also, you got to admit, that one was also funny as hell because
Yeah.
The guy that you did it to deserved it.
Yeah, he had it coming. He had it coming.
He only had himself to blame. Where is that video? When were you here?
Yeah.
No.
That time I was there.
Shut up.
Oh,
here we go. I found it.
Wow,
I found
Stu.
it.
Wow, Stu. You're just on a roll, man.
Sorry.
That first shot hit him.
Yeah, they're all. I walked on a target.
That was another one that claimed that we were cheating and he wasn't calling anything because his freaking hop-up was sent to the moon.
Really?
Yeah, my head turned because I heard the BBs hitting the wall behind me.
Jesus, kid. She's screaming up a storm in there. I mean, not to knock the idea about, doing airsoft for training and all that. It's just that airsoft teaches bad habits for real shooting.
I mean, you can use airsoft guns and stuff to demonstrate the basics of tactics, but during actual gameplay, it's literally like pushing a boulder uphill. Unless you're there with a good team that understands what you're trying to do, it's just detrimental.
What's really funny is I love it when, like at MA, we would get put up against teams. You guys watch Japanese airsoft? I don't.
Absolutely, it is one of my. Have you ever seen MXCX Most Extreme Sports? Or they used to show the bloopers on late night TV. If anybody's old enough to remember this, it was an old Japanese game show that was dubbed. They basically Mystery Theater, MST3K. It was great. That's how I look at Japanese airsoft. If you ever doubt your play style, there is no middle ground in Japanese airsoft. They are either on a ungodly level of amazing or absolute dog crap. There is no middle. And it is brilliant to watch because sometimes these two types of teams will get put up against each other, and the guys you think are about to get ruffle stumped will pull out like the comeback of the century. I watched this one pro team, full decked out, sponsorship logos everywhere. they murked his entire team, but they missed him in their sweep. He came up behind their entire team and just popped them all.
What I love to do against the tactical teams, and I've done this quite a bit, and it pisses. They get so mad so often that 9 times out of 10 they start playing dirty. I bet you switch hands all the time.
Sorry, we have a tech question. It's from Jay, so I always take it with a grain of salt. This looks like a legitimate question. SEMA AK, when I pull the trigger, sometimes it doesn't fire. I have to pull hard a few times to get it to fire. Yeah, it is. What's up with that? Do you hear a clicking sound like when you reach the break point and it doesn't fire? Do you hear an active click when you pull it the rest of the way?
I switch hands all the time when I'm shooting. Like if I'm coming up to especially in fences and all that, depending on which side of the fences I'm going, I'll switch to left-handed shooting. I'm ambidextrous when it comes to shooting.
See, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. When the field is designed right-handed, that flow is perfectly fine. The problem is if you're primarily a left-handed shooter. So the best way for this right-handed shooter switch to left for convenience of movement. It's a quick changeover, and then because the field is designed right-handed, your next move is usually switching back to continue.
Oh, I know. I was just answering Michael's question.
No. To continue your push. But when a field is designed primarily right and you're a left-handed shooter, it's not a switch for convenience of movement. You're relying on it more and more. There is no transition points for you. There is no flow for you when you're a primary left-handed shooter on a field that's designed for righties.
Right hand master race.
Yeah. It's literally one of the most annoying things in the port because I'm actually right-handed, but I'm left-eye dominant, so I'm a left-eye shooter, left-handed shooter. So, Jay, to answer your question, if you feel the active break, there should be an adjustment screw to adjust your trigger pull inside the trigger well once you open it up. I don't know which SEMA model you have, so it's going to be hard for me to diagnose that over the internet. I personally can't stand SEMAs or AKs, but SEMA does make the best AK on the market. I will give them that. There should be a tension adjustment screw for your trigger.
Sorry.
You're good. But no, it's one of my biggest pet peeves in this sport is there's a few fields like so High Ground's old field because they're building their new one out right now because they moved. Actually, was built with left and right-handed shooters in mind. You had different lanes for different sides.
FOV had no idea what I was talking about when I left him a comment. I had to respond to it.
LCT does a good job, but I have had to work on more LCTs than I have SEMAs. I think LCT comes down to who's doing quality control that day. I'm not lying, not judging. It's sometimes I get a gun like we got one in where the wiring harness was actually attached backwards. Somebody just checked out that day, dude.
Well, what I'm saying, Mike, is that like on that one Sunday when I went up against the Bang Bros or whatever, they got so mad because I kept flanking and shooting up behind them that they started cheating, started not calling their hits, and then started overshooting me because I shot their buddies. It's like, come on, guys, let's play better. I really loved it when one of their guys threw a grenade at them. It exploded right behind them, like a foot behind them. I didn't call it. It was great. But it's like when it comes down to tactics and all that, can it help? Sure. But if you have somebody that you're up against that also has fast reflex, fast snapshots, and has a really accurate gun, you can do all the pieing in the world and you can still get hit. And then if you're relying on, your other teammates protecting a particular side and all that, all of a sudden you have somebody like me that comes running in behind you and takes out your entire team. So that's the point I'm making about it. I'm not saying that you can't have tactics and all that. I'm not saying that my play style is the best at be all. But
is somebody murdering a child in your house?
That's Ange. Hold on, Ange, shut up. Sorry.
I love how
I don't know
you
what they do.
mute your headset and it still came through.
It did.
Yeah.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
You can still hear you. Are you sure you're on your headset, Mike?
Man, that'll piss me off if I'm not.
I don't think you are.
Mother puss bucket. No wonder why you guys could hear everything.
Oh no, he muted the wrong mic.
That's all right. Let's try it now. Now,
Yeah, I can hear you now. You're good. No, I can't hear you.
good. With that being said,
That works.
oh God,
My neighbors are like, "Who's Angie?"
my neighbors are like, "God damn it, Angie, shut up."
Yeah, slicing the pie, checking the corners with a pistol is great. Training fundamentals, it absolutely is. Airsoft is actually good if you want to be that guy and buy a gas blowback. Learning basic weapon maintenance. I personally like it because my nieces, nephews that actually want to play learn basic safety. It's like a scraping sound. Your trigger tension's way too high, or you broke something.
Hey, is Ange right there?
If you can find
Tell
the
her to come here.
manual, if you can find the manual, Jay, look up where the there should be an adjustment screw for your trigger tension. Without it being in front of me, I can't tell you exactly where it is, and that may be cranked to the max. Does it have a MOSFET in it, or is it still stock? Or is it one of the ones that came with a MOSFET? There's a bunch of questions I need to know.
Yeah, that's a sin question. I have no idea. All right. So going back to the comment section, right? I posted a video of me going after that the white mask cheater, right? And the guy actually says, "Looks like you're against kids, man. Swallow your pride, pick your battles, you know." And I was like, "The dude's a kid. The guy's like 30 years old." Another goes, "Unless these kids got voices like 30-year-old men, then you're on crack." The guy that I go, "That dude's a kid," and I gave the question mark. And he literally responds, "Pick your battles, man. That's all. I know these videos attract attention. I see why you posted it." Yeah, I posted it to out a cheater. uh, the tactical rail one.
I know which one he's talking about. Hold on.
I think it's time to just move Crucible somewhere else. Don't give up.
Ah, man. Unfortunately, that's not completely up to me. If it were, we'd be looking for a new location. I have plans and schemes in motions. Chris may be back in some form in the not so near future. Just a lot of work to do. A lot of people don't realize how much work outside of the actual field goes into putting together an airsoft field. And anybody that knows me and has ever seen my schedule or paid attention to my Facebook page knows I am all over the planet at any given time, and I need time to sit in one place long enough to work some stuff out.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, the joys of being a content creator. My account is on TikTok has another warning again.
For what?
For posting that video of the fight that happened at Warzone. It's not my fault. It's TikTok, man. And it's Facebook. Don't blame me. I mean, the Facebook one was. I get it, and I don't like it at the same time. You know, I don't know what you're talking about. Your calendar's completely clear. That's a damn lie. That's a damn lie.
I'm like, it's sitting right here in front of me, like 8 panels. I looked up and I'm like, yeah, no, it's not.
Oh, I got called from SuperCon, by the way. Looks
Awesome.
like I got in. So, oh, that's gonna be fun. Getting back to the convention swing. Hopefully, that won't get screwed over like I got screwed over at MegaCon. That one still has me biting a bit, right? Putting the money down and then getting screwed out of a booth and all that really sucked.
Dude, I was irritated on your behalf. I was there and there were so many empty booths.
I didn't see any empty booths. Everything I saw was full.
No. There were definitely empty booths there. I talked to the guys that ran it when I was there. Some people were allowed to expand because their neighbors didn't show up. Heck, there was 2 empty booths right across from me that they moved somebody from somewhere else to fill. No, the big one. But if I can get you into some non-gaming shows like Anime Boston, dear God, that show was insane.
Yeah, the only thing that we're doing now is we're only doing Comic Cons and stuff of that nature. We're not doing game convention anymore. There's too much competition. There's too much drama. There's too much BS. Comic Cons, you're there, you do what you do, and then you leave. That's simple. You know, you're in and out, and you're done. And
Hashtag
there's not
the
all
name
this...
of your sex tape.
Damn straight. Don't care. Had sex. But it's like, so Origins is starting tomorrow, and my feed is already filled up with all my buddies that are going to Origins, and so many of them have posted that they're not going to the big bar on 2, which is one of the popular bars at one of the hotels because of all the drama and everything else that's been associated in the last few years. And I completely understand why these guys are, and they're mostly guys, are just like, you know what? I'm not doing the after party scene. I'm not doing the hangout after. Yeah, I'll play a couple of games with the people I know and all that, because it's simply put, in this day and age, you just don't know when or how somebody is going to take something and twist it around. Maybe they overheard something wrong. Maybe they heard you telling a story and didn't get all the pieces. Maybe they heard you told a bad joke, and the next thing you know, you have suddenly all this drama and stuff around your booth. That's why I'm just doing Comic Cons, man. I mean, it's like Comic Cons, you don't have that problem. You really don't. You know,
It's not. They're not political. It's the major thing. I found this out dealing with the gaming industry as a whole. It's high school politics.
Yep.
But anyway,
back to the good stuff. So I'm just looking forward to getting back into the con scene again, getting all the stuff moving along, having a good time with that. So hopefully, things will move forward and work well in the near future, so I don't have to worry about the shit that's going down. The other good news is that Saturday is Damien's Make-A-Wish reveal. So, and it looks like the weather's going to hold, so I'll actually be able to have it, because if not, next time we get it done will be after, after like the first week of August, and I don't want to push it back that far. Yeah, the weather is actually dropping down, and this time we're going to be on the beach.
Yeah, the first week of August I'll be at Gen Con, so no. I won't even be able to remote in. Don't fret it. On my mouth breathers.
Yeah, but you know what? There's certain industries where you can't worry, that you have to worry about the online mouth breathers, and the board game industry is one of them.
The community has tanked more than one board game company, and 9 times out of 10, it's completely unfounded. On rumors alone.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where you really don't you don't want to poke that bear if you don't have to. So, you know, the only thing that I think would equate to that in like say airsoft world is somebody's using stolen valor.
Yes.
That'll be the only way to equate it will be if somebody's using online or stolen valor or somebody stole somebody's guns.
I would say I literally keep my DD-214 and my entire packet of discharge paperwork in my car, and I have slapped 3 people with it to make them shut the hell up.
I love. Oh, where's my? Did I put it away?
Oh, your
My,
paper.
my one page.
Oh.
Is it right here? I think it's right here.
Well, I had some guy give me crap about my lack of photos from my service time, and I don't know how to explain this without getting emotional and weird.
Oh, here you go.
I don't want to remember a lot of that, so I don't have a lot of photos. There's
my
Joker's
whopping
server.
my whopping 1 day of God. Come on, that way. My 1 day of service. 12/27/1999 ending date 12/27. Well, it says 1999 12/27 is begin date. 1999 12/27 is my end date. My whole 1 day of service.
Yeah. But yeah, the guy gave me crap about the lack of photos, so I went to my car, and apparently he got scared because he thought I was going for a gun or something. I came back with a folder, and I threw it at him. I said, "Yeah, you can read that," and I walked away. He gave me back my folder in like 20 minutes and apologized.
Well, we had a guy that we had to kick off the team for it.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to mention names or anything, but
But
and it wasn't so much that he was in, but he really elaborated what he was in for, and what sort of accolades and stuff that he earned, and it's like you can't do that in this industry.
yeah, because people are going to find out. Like we had a dude pretending to be a ranger. I literally, when I'm in Texas, one of the guys at the shop down used to be a first sergeant in Ranger Bat, and I asked him about the guy, and he called me back in a week and says, "We have no idea who the fuck this guy is."
That's why
people
it's
know
like,
people. It's
exactly. You know it. Like the one dude that got punched out at the airport for trying to claim that he was a Navy SEAL, wearing the wrong type of uniform. He got knocked the fuck out. That was. I don't condone it, but at the same time, that's like the epitome of karma smacking you in the face.
yes, I'm not gonna condone public acts of violence. However, I am really good at them. Unless it's a Nazi, then punch Nazis. I will always support punching Nazis.
See, I don't even support that because it turns them into a victim. That's the only reason why I say don't punch Nazis, because then they get a victim platform and they can go through and start promoting their stuff as a victim and all that, right? Oh, he punched me, you know, and it's like, really? Like, there was an incident at Gen Con where somebody punched a YouTuber. The only thing it did was give that ultra conservative YouTuber 100,000 subs in a matter of a week.
Yeah, dude, I believe it. So, where is?
I think you know about the incident. I don't want to mention names.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. One guy attacked the other guy in the bar, and the other guy, you know, they both ended up getting banned from Gen Con, even though it didn't happen on Gen Con. They both ended up getting banned, which I think was the right decision. But, you know, the only thing it did was promote the guy that you punched webpage or YouTube page to the point where he now has I wonder what he's at now.
Yeah, so in the state of Ohio, and apparently they do this now in PA, I'm gonna try to cover up. Hold up, gotta drop my bat cave for a second. They do. I don't know if you guys can see at the very bottom here. It says Armed Forces right there. If it ever focuses.
Gotcha.
Anyway, In Ohio, that's what they do for active duty and vets. Um, if you don't want to carry a VA card around, and I don't, because there's a lot of vets in general that don't want to talk about it. Like we're done with that, you know. Um, Nobody gets out without being scarred in one way or another. It's just a fact of life. So me and my buddy were at a Denny's in airsoft gear after an event, still in camo, and this guy started ranting at us about stolen valor. And the waitress comes over. We both hand her our IDs. She reads them, looks at the guy, and says, "Shut up." And some couple behind us paid for our meal because of this guy being a dick. And nobody said anything to him. He just kept ranting, and everybody just ignored him. And on the way out, he said something to me, and I went and grabbed my folder and I slapped him with it.
So that same guy now has a platform of 1.23 million followers.
People like drama.
The only thing it did was promote his channel and promote his level of hate because you could see it all within his content. And it just got worse. And then what happened was the person that attacked him, he took him to court, sued him, and won. So he won the case against his attacker. So he got enriched on so many levels. This is why I don't like punching Nazis. Because the only thing that's going to happen
There's a right way and a wrong way to punch Nazis. The proper way is have them throw the first punch.
Oh, sure.
I'm just
but
saying.
they're usually, but the Nazis and those people that are doing that have trained themselves not to throw the first punch because they want to get hit, cry like a little baby, and make themselves look like a victim so that way they can promote their message more.
Keep my old Subway uniform just in case.
Yeah, and I had people say, "Thank you for your service." I was like, I don't have service. I'm an airsofter. And then they get mad at me for it. I was like, I'm playing a game. I'm just an airsofter. You know, it's like, that's why like now when I go running out, like at an event, I usually I'll take off my thing. But if I'm at a Milsim event, I'll just take off my battle belt and H harness and I'll throw on one of my Hawaiian shirts because then you're not mistaking me for stolen valor. However, when you're leaving the hotel room, yeah, like
Dude.
the one hotel that decided when we checked in because I showed up because we're going to go play that night. We showed up to check in, and they applied a military discount. I said, "I'm not in the military," and they go, "Oh, we can't take it off now." It's like,
so Vegas does that. A lot of the hotels, because me and Dax were in Vegas early to play an event. It was absolutely hilarious because they saw us on camera when we parked that our trunk was full of gun cases. This is after the Vegas incident.
mm-hmm.
So we're checking in. Security walks up behind us, and they're very calm about it. And they said, "So we noticed you have a bunch of rifle cases in your car. Would you mind telling us about it?" And we told them what we were doing. And they relaxed instantly. And he goes, "Well, we're going to have you check them into the vault like they were actual firearms while you're at the hotel." And I was like, "Well, what's that going to cost me?" He goes, "Nothing." So they're pulling, like, and I had an arsenal of airsoft stuff in the car because we were out on the road for like 2 months. Stuff I brought, stuff I bought while I was on the road, and they're like checking in stuff, and they are having a blast in the armory, goofing off with my airsoft guns. 2 of them ended up showing up to the event, and I loaned them equipment. But these are like cops because they have 2 cops at the casino, and then they have security. So they're checking in all of my airsoft stuff like their actual firearms. So they have to open them up, check everything, and they're having a ball screwing around with everything. But it was just one of those moments, and the guys were like, "So, you guys ever thought about actually joining the military?" And I handed them my ID, and they did the thing where they scan it. And apparently, at casinos, if you have a military service record, a redacted version of it shows up when they do their quick background check at casinos. So, if you check in a firearm at a casino, they do a background check before they will accept your firearm. So, if you're a criminal and you're trying to check in a gun, they will hold you there until the actual cops show up. And my Dax was search and rescue. He was CSARS, and my record came up, his record came up, and they both just stared at us. And I was like, "What?" And he goes, we didn't expect you guys to actually have been in the military." We're like, I was like, sorry. And he's looking me up and down, and beard, mohawk. I was like, dude, I made a deal with myself when I got out. I ain't shaving shit unless I have to. But it was just an interesting experience because it instantly changed their whole dynamic. And they were telling me they have guys all the time come in pretending to be prior service so they can get the buffet discount. Because apparently the buffet is like $30 unless you're a veteran, then it's like $10.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, the what is it? The Y, the buffet at the what is that one?
Sorry, I can see now Stu getting his ass kicked by a 12-year-old.
I can see it now too. That's why I'm laughing. Dick punch. Oh.
I mean, I try to change clothes at the venue too, but I have a strong.
I just throw on a Hawaiian shirt over whatever I'm wearing. I just throw it on. That's why, like now, even when I go to Miami, I bring 2 shirts with me. One because it's sweaty, I can just rip off the other one and throw the other one on. But when I go to the other events, I just don't want to be mistaken for that, because it's just one of those things of I don't want to be accused of stolen valor.
No, I get it, but to a certain point, it's actually on part of that weight relies on the people judging that and making that decision. It's the same thing. Like if I wear a blue shirt to Walmart, it doesn't mean I work at Walmart.
No, but I definitely love having fun, messing with people that think I work at Walmart or at Best Buy.
Best Buy or Lowe's. Same thing happens to me at Home Depot. Like I feel the same way about that. Like if I see some guy wearing just camouflage, I don't automatically assume he's prior or current military. I assume he's wearing camouflage. If he's wearing a bunch of patches and a rank tab, then I have an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll investigate. Then I'll ask questions. Other than that, man, he may be a redneck that likes camo. I don't know.
That's them dressing up.
Right? Those are Sunday
clothes on. That's my cry right there.
They're Sunday best. I don't know. But like I've seen other people get called out on it, and I've got a buddy who's prior service who does not like. He will get violent if you bring it up. He does not want to remember any of it, and people accuse him of it all the time. And he's like, "I'm wearing," and he was wearing hunting camo when it came up. As the irony of it, was the woodland hunting camo. Somebody accused him of stolen valor, and I almost got into a fight because I couldn't stop laughing.
No, Tyler, I love doing it though. It's like if I walk in there and I mean, I have something on and then they ask me questions. I like, look, if you ever want to have a really fun day, you dress up like an employee of a store and you walk inside and you just send customers to the wrongest place possible.
See, that's called being a dick.
Look,
I'm not saying I haven't done it.
You wait for because you tell them first, I don't work here, and when they don't believe you, then you send them all over the store. It's awesome. It's so much fun.
No, I had a Karen. I love that we can use that now as a term. Before Karen was a thing, walk up to me at a Home Depot because I was marshaling an event, so I had my orange vest on and my red shirt. And she walks up to me and immediately starts complaining about a product she bought from the store. Doesn't ask me a question, doesn't say anything, just starts yelling. And I looked at her and I went, "Ma'am, we don't sell sex toys here. Not in that size." And I got louder and louder with it. And she's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "I don't understand how the mechanics of this vibrator works, ma'am. We do not sell sex toys here." And to the point where people in other aisles were like doing that thing where they lean over to see what the hell's going on. And she stops and she's staring at me and it's quiet. I went, "I don't work here. Could you please go the fuck away?"
Is so glad that I started wearing Hawaiian shirts because I don't get mistaken for it when we go into some of these stores anymore. Because I think I've only been asked once since I started wearing Hawaiian shirts exclusively that I've ever been asked where something was inside of a store. And I was like, "I don't work here." And they insist that I do. And
Trader Joe's.
I don't go to Trader Joe's. So, but my wife knows I like to mess with people, especially if she's shopping and I'm bored. The worst thing I can tell my wife when I'm in a store, the fastest way to get my wife out of a store is saying, I'm bored. Because then I'm going to mess with something.
Yeah, no, so it's your fault, honestly. My girl, Becca's trying to get me to start wearing Hawaiian shirts. She's like, I think you'd look good in them. I'm like, I can't, I don't wear busy shirts. Like, I don't.
This one's kind of relaxing.
Like, all my shirts are offensive and sarcastic.
Oh, what toy was that I set one off and there's voice activated, so they just kept going on and on and on. Oh, it's when I was shopping for my grandson Zachary, they have the interconnected toys that are like if you hit one, it'll actually start playing on another one. I think they're a Fisher Price toy. I figured this out. I hit the one button and it starts setting off the entire wall, which then sent off the other aisle. And the person that worked at Baby goes, God damn it, somebody did it again. Comes storming over.
I used to do that in the electronics aisle where they have all the Bluetooth speakers. Because there's one Bluetooth speaker that controls all of them and that they're linked to from the back. I sit there and figure out which one it is, and then I'll do things like play Menomina.
Do 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 do.
Or Rick Astley, just to screw with people. Pick up ticket people asking me if I work at Home Depot. Nope, I wear an apron to pick up chicks. Hey man, if it works, it works. But yeah, no, the whole stolen valor thing, it's always been a thing that annoys me. And it's just not every vet is proud of their service, and people need to realize this. But we all appreciate your tax dollars that went to the lowest bidder to give us the cheapest equipment possible.
Hey, but it's mil-spec, man. That means it's good.
Yeah, that's such a damn lie. It's mil-spec. It must be. It's like, you do realize that mil-spec means made by the lowest bidder? That met minimum safety requirements?
Yeah.
Dude, if anybody is old enough to remember what war driving is, back before internet security became what it is today, war driving was you load up in your car with a remote setup and you ride around looking for open Wi-Fi signals. It's still internet to play games or whatever you want. When Bluetooth systems first came into existence, there wasn't really any good encryption. So you could go war driving and just hijack Bluetooth streams. The greatest incident made the news in Florida.
Of course.
A guy went into a old school Radio Shack back when they were still around, set up a small repeater in the corner that would scan and sync any Bluetooth signal and play audio loop. No matter how many times they reset the speakers, unplugged them, plugged them back in, brought in new speakers, they would always inevitably sync up to start playing I'm Too Sexy throughout the entire store. Because this guy went war driving and found out that their in-store system was open Bluetooth.
What I love is when somebody gives me a really good idea or a really bad idea, and I just decide to roll with it. Like we have the Flashback Diner here in town, and they have the I should do it now. Damn it, I even have that app where you can actually order music on the phone.
Yeah. I see those apps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yep.
Have you seen the John Mulaney?
What's New, Pussycat?
Yep.
That gave me such a great idea, and I did it, and oh my God, people lose their shit.
And just one. It's not unusual, just to break up the monotony.
Yes. What's new, Pussycat? Motherfucker!
Because John Mulaney, man.
Somebody gives me that idea. It's like, can this really work? Let's try. Oh my God. The fun that ensues.
It's a social experiment in pain. All right. So anyway, airsoft, before we got off on this tangent. Any other questions? Anything else?
Because we got like 14 minutes left, guys.
Jay, check your adjustment screw on that trigger. I looked up I looked up for the blowout diagram of it, and there's one there. But this is literally the worst blowout diagram I've ever seen for an airsoft gun. Wait, they're selling Speed QB branded tracers now.
Why are you wet? Probably out in the puddles. Wait, where's that at?
Somebody sent me a link. It's on the Speed QB site.
Of course they are. Speed QB will brand anything. Anything. Yes, but does it shoot in all the colors of the rainbow?
No, it does not. It's a $60 Ace Tech with a colorful cap for $90.
Wow.
It's yeah. Hold on. Yep, it's the $55 Brighter C for $90 with a colorful cap. I guess this was sent to me because they expected me to rant about it. Just by the Brighter C.
If people pay for it because it's BQB branded, that's their stupidity.
It is the supreme of airsoft.
Pretty much. I wouldn't be surprised if they're owned by the same company.
No, I meant the dudes that own SpeedQB, unless they sold it recently. I mean, they're okay dudes, I guess. I would not have a drink with them. What's up, Wolfman?
Yeah, it's anything that's branded for another company. If it's, you're going to be paying more money for it, especially if it's there. Like, I mean, if that was a Bifrost, I'd be like, cool.
Because the price would actually make sense.
Well, it actually would make sense for Speed QB for it to be a Bifrost because pretty, because then it's got color to it. But stop, you're wet.
I've been doing, Wolfman. I've been doing. But yeah, so whoever sent me that, I didn't even finish looking at who sent it. Yeah, I'm not going to rant about it. It's if you want to spend the money, do it. To be completely honest, you could probably just buy a Brighter C, take the cap, take it to a Cerakote company, and still save money. So I have that same philosophy when it comes down to karaoke, Thomas. I like to go to redneck dive bars and sing country songs at karaoke because it makes every redneck in that bar's neck snap sideways and just stare at me. And then my next song is either Christina Aguilera or Britney Spears, just to make them question reality.
That's a.
Lately, I've been doing Chef's chocolate salty balls just to make them go, what?
Put them in your mouth. Oh, God.
Speaking of which, if things go to plan, I may bring the karaoke equipment with me to Geigerlands. Split gearboxes on a 16-year-old ICS. Jesus Christ.
Not it.
Which don't is the best tip I can give you. Don't. If you have to, somebody makes an ICS gearbox jig that goes into the top or goes into the upper so that you can keep everything aligned while you're working on it. Because I have seen far too many people work on it freestanding, and then once they close it up, something's misaligned and things go flying. The ICS split gearbox, in theory, was an innovation. Did we need this innovation? No. It's like 8mm airsoft. Yeah, it was new. We didn't need it. It died. Despite a person trying to bring it back recently. Dude, 16-year-old ICS, At this point, dude, I would just put that on the wall and look at it. Like, that's a collector's item. Is the body, if the body's in decent shape, that's a legit collector's item at this point. But if you're dead set on it and you want to run it, I would honestly pour the split gearbox out and HVA it. Split gearboxes, once you get them tuned, the problem is any jangle, any jiggle, any impact, any shimming you've done, any AoE correction you've done is out the window.
Yeah, what he said.
You can get a new outer barrel, dude. You can get a new outer barrel.
Yeah, like that gun right there is a complete new outer barrel.
It's steel body 416. Dude, I know people that would buy that body off of you just for the body. $1.2 joules with a 3? That seems low. Hold on, let me check my math. I mean,
Not that low.
it's not that low, but it seems for a 416 ICS, that's low. With a 3? Yeah, it seems a bit low. All right, why do you want to build a new upper? Dude, I'm telling you right now, I would gut that thing and put a fucking N7 milsim in it and a D hop. Or
I love how many people ask us all the time that D hop really can't be that great. Yes. Yes, it is.
I am a skeptic amongst skeptics, and I refuse to believe the hype until I got to shoot one. I got to hang out with Papa and watch part of the process because he's very secretive about the other part of the process. And after shooting a gun, it's actually not hype. It's fact.
It's a patch for the barrel, and the slightest touch on the Magnus that puts a nice Magnus effect on the BB that allows the BB to go straight and true almost for the entire flight and only drop off at the end. Like with R hops and S hops, you get this little wave action that goes, especially for long distance shots. Where the D hop, it's just straight, consistent, and it gives you about an extra 25 to 50 foot range depending on the gun that you put it in.
Yeah, the beauty of it is they're custom cured to the barrel, so there's no air pockets, there's no dealing with glue, there's no air bubbles. I don't know what magic and voodoo Papa puts in them, but it actually has a bit of grip inside, so the BB is held, and that Magnus effect is increased because there's actual grip, as opposed to a smooth, slick surface inside your barrel. The backspin is nuts.
Remember, he puts unicorn farts and ground up fairies into that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's a custom formula he's made. He claims if you can find a better patch barrel on the market, buy it and he'll give you a refund.
Yeah, he'll buy it for you.
He'll buy it for you. I have played thousands of games, used I don't know how many different types of S hops, Q hops, R hops. I've done the duct tape trick. Like, I have yet to see anything better.
Yeah, it's the D hop barrel from Dead End Outfitters. So deadendoutfitters.net. It's what's in almost every single one of my guns that I use regularly, and the range and accuracy is just phenomenal.
Yeah. You have okay, so people are going to give me crap about this. I don't care. In my opinion, the V12 was probably one of the most air efficient HPA drop-ins ever made. I am upset that Valken stopped making them. They were brilliantly designed. I ran one for dear God knows how long without any issues. Gave it to a kid. He managed to break it in one day. But air volume solenoid cycle was flawless. The V12 was one of the best drop-ins ever made, and I'm upset they stopped making them. Because when they first came out, they were a $65 drop-in kit for an HPA. That is unheard of now.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
And then they slowly went up to like 95, and it was still a good deal. I think before they stopped selling, they were like up to 150, 160. That was still a great deal for a drop-in kit when you compare it to other kits that are like 500, $600. So if you have an original V12 and it's still working, hold on to that. You put in a Knight's armament, really? You put a Ferrari engine in your Pinto? I'm mildly offended for that engine.
Oh God! All right, guys. Well, we're getting close to the end of the time here, so we will be saying that on a week from today, we're going to be doing a 12-hour charity live stream from 4 p.m. till 4 a.m. We're trying to raise the second half of the funds for Damien's for his gene therapy medication. So we'll see what we have to give for raffles and everything else for that. Although we are currently battling PayPal because my PayPal account got hit with fraud. So hopefully we can get that resolved. Oh yeah.
You didn't use that at Orlando, did you? Your PayPal card?
No.
Okay. Some people were complaining. Some got hit with fraud from Orlando.
Yeah. So currently, right now, I was able to get some of the money refunded back. But currently, here I'll share the screen. This particular jackass sent money over and then tried to weasel out of it and put a claim in after I shipped the products. So it was originally $1,000. I got $365 back, but now the account's a negative $679. It's this William Rice a-hole that bought a bunch of stuff that got shipped and then promptly a week later filed the claims with his bank trying to claim it wasn't his, but it's going to his address. So we get to fight it. Until then, the account is negative. In fact, I got to do the write-up for them. I had to file a police report, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. Kind of sucks. But anyways, we'll be doing a new thing, and hopefully we'll be able to make the announcement that what the time frame is going to be from the IRS for Battle Bus Adventures to get its 501c3, because that paperwork's been done and everything else that's moving forward. So on a whole, a lot of good stuff's on the horizon. Like I said, Damien gets his Make-A-Wish, which will be streaming live on Sunday. We'll be back on Thursday to talk about Geigerlands and all theme Geigerlands. So if you guys haven't gotten your game tickets yet, we have decided to extend out the sale until I'm able to actually stream again on the groups and all that, because we can't even advertise. So the tickets to Geigerlands are at obhmilsom.com. Get yours now. They're moving at a pretty good clip. We got more people coming out with power armor and everything else. So there's now, I believe, 5 people with power armor coming that are not attached to admins.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and there's more. It's like every day we hear more comments and more things about people really excited about this event. So until next time, I'm Joker from Players Wanted. With me is the man with the mohawk, the king of the high kappas, Virchew from Crucible. And until next time, may your BBs fly.